And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast After Hours edition. We're joining the full panel. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Nobody cares, bro. Get out. Get out.
It's a night, in the night, no control.
Go. Put your shoes on outside. You don't got to put them on in here.
I know the night is not as it would seem. I must believe in something, so I'll make myself believe it. This night is
Right. And we are back. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast After Hours edition. Quick announcement, we get into the show. Number one, rumble.com/freshfit. As you guys know, we make content that is crazy. So sometimes we can't have everything on YouTube. So you got to come on over to rumble.com/freshfit to have, all the podcast interviews that we can't put on here. So check us out.
It's better anyway.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Also, guys, check us out on freshfit.locals.com. We live stream the pre-show right before the show. So if you guys want to see the behind-the-scenes stuff, check us out over there. Also, get the merch at freshandfitstore.com. All the hoodies and t-shirts and slogans that you guys have come to learn and love are over there. Also, guys, do me a huge favor. Subscribe to our other YouTube channels called Fresh Fit Clips, and we got another one called More Fresh Fit Clips. We want to hit 1 million on the Fresh Fit Clips channel and then 100K on the other channels so that we can get some more plaques and flex on the haters.
Yep.
Also, check us out on Spotify, guys. If you want to get the audio and or video version of the podcast, you could go ahead and check us out over there if you don't want to watch it on YouTube. Also, Fresh has a vlog.
And guys, if you want vlogs of our lifestyle, us traveling, having fun, go check it out. We just came back from Colombia. Awesome trip. So don't forget to check it out. Also, as well, we have the network, which is pretty much my network, giving value, adding value as well. Millionaires from around the world giving you advice about success, money, how to invest, all that. So tap into that. See you guys in there.
All right. And check me out, guys, on Fed Reacts. You guys know I break down criminal cases over there. I am going to be covering the Trump, Georgia RICO indictment tomorrow. I'm going to actually live stream at 7 p.m. I'm going to give you guys probably the most thorough breakdown on that RICO case. As you guys know, I used to do RICO cases when I was on the job. So I'm going to go ahead and cover it. They actually indicted, very ironic, they indicted Rudy Giuliani, who actually was one of the first prosecutors to successfully indict RICO against the mafia.
That's insane.
How the tables have turned.
Forget about it.
Yeah, seriously, bro. Real talk. He went ahead and put
it.
them Italians in jail. Now they're putting him in jail. It's fucking crazy. But anyway, guys, I'm going to cover that tomorrow at 7 p.m. So if you guys want the most thorough breakdown on that case, I'm going to go ahead and give it to y'all tomorrow live. Pause.
Is he
7
guilty?
p.m. Trump.
Rudy Giuliani?
No, but he got indicted with Trump.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is his fourth indictment, guys, in the past years. You guys know New York State indicted him for the stupid business record stuff, the classified documents case, the January 6th interference, election interference, and now the state of Georgia hit him and I think like 18 other defendants with a RICO conspiracy.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's bullshit, man. We fuck with Trump over here on this side of the internet, so it's a bunch of bullshit. But oh yeah, my bad. I got wrapped up in the political stuff. Guys, go get my book, Why Women Deserve Less, in stores right now on Amazon.
Let's go, ladies.
And Amazon bestseller.
Yeah.
She's like, hell no. I got a hardcover, softcover, Kindle, Audible, everywhere that you guys like. If you can't read and you're illiterate, don't worry. You can listen to an Audible while I yell at you. And Chris, what about you?
Yes, girls. Aaron C. Paxson on IG. Shout out to the girls for coming on to the panel. We got all new girls, by the way. So,
Yes, good job, Chris. And Charlie.
Shout out to the team.
Chris
for
appreciation.
coming through.
Chris appreciation. Man.
Yeah, facts, right?
Shout out to you, Chris.
And anyways, guys, once again, we do not pay anybody to come onto the show, right? Emails, we don't do emails. We don't pay dues, and for after hours. So if you're not sure, ladies, it's Damien Aaron C. Paxson, and let's make it happen.
Yeah, guys, there's been some guys scamming, like sending emails and all sorts of stuff out. We will never email you guys. If you want to get on the show, you message either Chris, Aaron C. Paxson, or _SheSoICTV. Those are pretty much the main people that run that side. So you got to talk to them.
And also, we mainly film on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, not Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man, we're never going to email you to come on the show. So that person's a scammer. He's stealing people's Facebook stuff. And we're not even on Facebook like that. So what is it? 2010? Like, what the hell's going on here? Grandpa. But anyway, it is what it is. Cool. So introduce the lovely ladies.
Without further ado, ladies, if you don't mind, give us your name, your age, what you do for a living, dating status, and if you want to, of course,
your body count.
And we're going to start right here. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Carmen. I'm from Holland.
I work as a chef. I study international law, bachelor's levels, so undergrad.
How old are you, Carmen?
I'm 20.
And you said you're from Holland?
Yeah,
Okay. And you're a chef?
I'm a chef.
Okay. And you're pursuing your bachelor's degree right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
international law.
Okay.
What's your best dish to make?
I really like meat, like different kinds of combining cuisines, so different spices and marinades.
What's it called? Your best dish?
Some kind of a steak. I don't have a name for it.
Okay.
But I have my own like culinary site, so I do my own recipes.
Did you go to school for that too, or no?
No, but I've been working for 5 years now. In
Okay.
business,
All right.
in the kitchen.
Do you want to be a lawyer? I'm guessing. International law.
Or I go into diplomacy, maybe.
Okay. And then what's your relationship status? Single, married?
In a relationship.
Okay. How long y'all been together?
Almost a year now.
Okay.
Is he from America?
No, he lives in Tunisia.
Wow, that's random.
Oh wow.
How'd you meet him?
Online. Through
Online?
Tinder.
Tinder
Oh, wow.
online?
Wow.
Wait, how'd you set your location to
Wait
Tunisia?
a minute.
They have phones out there?
Wait a minute.
No, I think it was during COVID times.
Yeah, it's in North Africa. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kinda
he
get
said
away
his
with it.
location in Holland. I guess he was looking for a chef or something. They don't got no food over there in Tunisia, I'll tell you that.
Holy.
No, I'm just kidding. It's North African country. It's very similar to Sudan.
Okay.
A lot of them speak Arabic, Muslim country, etc.
Hey man, BBC gang, we winning.
So, nigga, come. Okay,
We can't hear you.
I'm over here talking on the side, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say what you want to
Say
say.
again, Mo.
At the time, you were able to swipe anywhere for free during the pandemic.
Okay.
Okay.
He knows.
Have y'all met in person yet?
No, but
Oh,
he's
wow.
gonna come and visit me.
Wait a minute.
But I met his family, his friends, everyone.
Oh wow.
You are dating yourself right now. Until you guys meet.
Maybe.
Hey, when that meat meets the meat, then you can meet. This is nothing happening right now, okay?
Yeah,
Damn.
romanticizing a robot is fine.
That's like that. What's it called? Catfish? That show on MTV. Man,
This man's whole family set up, man.
you said some actors to meet you.
Do you know the way?
They're gonna meet you, all
man.
right?
All right.
They got paid him $10.
Fantastic. The wrong accent, Chris. I think it's actually. All right. What about you? What's your name?
My name's Haley. I'm 20 years old. I'm a part-time Kava tender, and I'm a student at FAU. So I live in Boca, but I'm from Orlando.
Okay. And then what do you do for work again? I'm sorry.
I'm a Kava tender part-time.
Kava tender?
Kava.
Is that
Kava?
What's a kava tender?
So kava, it's a root from the South Pacific. Basically, it's just it interacts with your GABA receptors the same way that alcohol does, except it doesn't impair your cognitive skills. So it's like a really good replacement for alcohol.
So you get lit off kava?
Yeah,
I need some of that.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
You got Hennessy kava?
Yeah.
Hennessy flavored kava?
Hennessy.
Okay.
It tastes like dirt. It's like
Okay.
mud water. It's gross.
So what's the is the benefit that you can get this effects of being drunk without ruining your health?
I mean, yeah, it's like good for people who are like alcoholics and don't want to avoid alcohol, or if like alcoholism runs in their family.
Isn't it
or
like a
something.
mushroom type of thing? Is it kratom or something?
Well, we do serve kratom as well.
Kratom?
Yeah.
Does it still have like the same negative health situation like alcohol or no?
Yeah, similar, but I guess not as bad.
Okay.
But
all
I
right.
mean, at the end of the day, like it's supposed to be a healthier option, but I don't know.
Okay, it's like a nicotine patch, kind of. It's like okay, it's like not as
It
bad as the original
suffices.
habit, but it like gets you through. Okay.
Mhm.
What's your highest education level completed?
So I'm studying right now. I'm a criminal justice major.
Okay.
So high school right now.
Okay. Do you want to drop where you go to school? It's up to you.
Oh yeah, I said it earlier. FAU.
FAU.
FIU. Okay.
FAU.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm like writing this down
Shit
too.
north.
Then relationship status?
I'm single.
Single. All right. Cool. What about you,
I'm Helene.
Chris?
I mean, she's over 30.
Come on, man. All right. Sorry. What's your name?
I'm Helene.
Helene. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and Penelope and I were co-founders of Step It Up. It's a weight loss company.
Okay.
And I'm 47.
47. Okay.
Yeah.
You're 47?
I'm 47.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey man, Mills, man.
Stiflers, mom.
Well, do you have children?
Penelope.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
she doesn't
my
have
girl.
children, so she wouldn't not MILF.
Oh.
It'd be cougar.
So you have no kids?
I'm the kid.
No, no.
I'm the
No,
kid.
Wait. Okay. That's her daughter.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, wait. Okay. All right. So,
Mari's tired, guys. Mari's tired.
yeah. Sorry.
He had a long shirt earlier.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I live in Los Angeles.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. And then you said that you guys have a fitness business together.
It's food, fitness, and mindset. So it's all three. And it's all three because all three are required to create sustainable weight loss
Gotcha.
and improved health outcomes. And I have a master's degree in nutrition.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you get it from?
I got it from Clayton, and I studied food as medicine internationally. So I speak fluent French and German, and Penelope was born in Switzerland. And so we've looked at healing traditions throughout the world.
Gotcha.
Bonjour.
And then where'd you get your undergrad from?
My undergrad, I started at Hunter in New York City.
Okay.
Yeah, and both at Clayton.
Would you get what degree did you get in Hunter?
I started a marketing degree.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And then relationship status?
I'm in a long-term committed relationship.
Nice.
Okay. Not is it with the father?
No,
or-
we're divorced. Her dad and I are divorced.
Okay, so for divorce, but in a relationship now.
Mhm.
How long y'all been together?
4 years.
All right.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. Hail Marys.
What about
Hail Mary.
All right. What about you?
Hi, my name is Jen. I have my doctorate in pharmacy and integrative health.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 45.
Okay. Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Chicago, grew up in California, live in Miami
Okay.
currently. I work as an integrative women's health pharmacist. I studied neuroscience at Harvard, so I kind of like to integrate that in with my practice. I also teach yoga, Pilates, and I am doing my postdoctoral fellowship in anti-aging and metabolic medicine right now through the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. So that's kind of what I'm up
Are you guys
to.
friends?
No, we're just the two older ones.
Okay, Cooper's in the house. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to write it. Okay, 45 Chicago. You're a pharmacist,
Uh-huh.
but also yoga instructor. Would it be fair to say that pharmacist is your primary like profession?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
and then it sounds to me like you're a PhD candidate. You said.
No, I already have 3 doctorates, but I'm going for
shit.
I'm in a fellowship, so I'm going for
The fourth.
my board certification in anti-aging and metabolic medicine right now.
I'm a
Okay,
PhD.
and
Yes.
just to be clear, you said is one of those PhDs in Harvard neuroscience? You said.
No. I studied neuroscience in Harvard, but my doctorates are from University of Florida.
Okay, all of them.
Yes.
Okay, and undergrad too.
Yep.
Okay.
Microbiology undergrad. Yeah.
Okay. And then relationship status.
I am legally married.
Okay, married but separated. I would say, right? Probably.
No, you're single, nigga.
No.
Mar-
It's a long
Separated.
story. It's a long story.
All right, married but divorce coming soon. All right, you're coming to
Complicated.
interview.
Complicated.
Okay, complicated. Let me write that down here too in my notes. All right. What about you?
Hi, my name is Penelope. I am 18. I am a co-founder with my mom for Step It Up,
Oh.
our weight loss program.
You were born in Switzerland, right?
I was born in Switzerland, yes.
Where'd you go to school?
All
in
around
LA?
the world. No, I
Okay.
went to school in Maryland, Florida, California.
Okay. If you had to pick, because you're young, if you had to pick a home state, which one would you say, or home city, where would you consider it?
Oh, that's so hard. Maybe Maryland.
Okay.
What part of Maryland?
Baldwin is where I lived.
Okay.
Northern Baltimore.
Yeah.
All right. And then I guess that you work with your mom. And then what's your 18 high school, right?
High school
education.
diploma, not going to college.
Smart move.
Smart.
It's a waste of
Yeah.
money a lot of times.
Waste of money.
Yep.
And then what's your relationship status?
I'm in a monogamous long-term relationship.
Okay.
High school sweethearts, I'm guessing.
No.
How long y'all been together?
Almost 8 months now.
Okay.
How'd you guys meet?
We met at a leadership retreat in Las Vegas.
Wow. That's
Okay.
cool.
In Las
Cool.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm assuming he's older than you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you?
Me?
Yes.
My name is Leandra. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Queens, New York, but I live in California.
New York. This is hood, ain't it?
Yeah, she don't sound like she's from New York.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's your highest education? What do you do for work?
I'm an actress and a model, and I have my own fashion line. It's called Single Till I'm Rich.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wait. It's called Single Till You're Rich?
Why is that funny?
No. You'll
Well,
find out later.
until you become rich or until you find a rich guy?
Single Till I'm Rich.
Well, you can find a rich guy and then.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be rich myself.
Oh,
Go, Queen.
All right.
You got that.
She's independent, man. Come
Okay,
on.
okay. I was because there's many ways for women to acquire wealth, and one of them is through a male.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Here, most women, female millionaires, and
Divorce.
get it through divorce. Okay, what about you? Okay, so fashion line, actress, model, highest education level completed.
I went up to my senior year in college, and then I dropped out actually, like probably right before. I had 30 credits left, and then I dropped out because I
Where'd
was
you go?
Buffalo State College.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's a party school, but then
huge party school.
yeah. But then like COVID started, and then it was just really hard to continue, and my life just got really lit. So I was like, "Fuck school."
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. What'd you major in when you were there?
Theater.
Well,
fair
enough.
Are you in any major roles? In any?
I've just done background for now.
Okay.
On the way.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your and then relationship status?
She belongs to the
streets. Single.
Yeah,
Of
I
course,
don't belong to the
she's rich,
streets.
bro. Independent boss, babe, man.
All right.
Theater school, college, party school.
Go, Queen.
All right.
What's your body count?
Ooh, whatever you want it to be.
Oh shit, she's sassy with it too. Okay, Chris. Get him, Chris.
She's she judoed that one. She's been past that one before.
Get him.
All right. What about you?
Chris next.
Hello, my name is Katarina, but you guys can call me Kate. I'm from Europe. I'm half Italian.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 20.
20. Okay. Where in Europe are you from?
In Europe, so I was born in Italy, Venice, but my mom is Estonian. It's like next to Russia. So I lived there for a long time as well. And I live in California now. I moved to California 2 years ago, and I'm studying in college there in San Diego State University.
Would it be fair to say you're like ethnically Estonian or Russian, but I guess your nationality would be Italy?
I have both nationalities, but I would say, well, my
What
dad
passport do you carry?
is Estonian and Italian. So yeah. So
Okay,
two
but your family's like their roots are Estonia.
Yeah, so
Okay.
my mom's side is in Estonia.
Okay. Is your dad's Italian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. And then what do you do for work?
So I'm working right now at a student financial center at the STSU. I'm an international student, so I kind of have to work on campus, but yeah, I go to college there. I'm studying marketing.
She's the person denying your FAFSA. I need money to go to school. No, we
That
don't
is me.
qualify.
That's facts. That is me.
She's the one denying y'all. Okay. So okay, student financial aid department. Okay. And then you said you're in school right now, right? Pursuing your bachelor's probably?
Yeah,
In
doing my
what?
bachelor marketing, but I want to go to law school after.
Okay. Do you want to drop where you go to school? Up to you.
Yeah, I go to San Diego State University.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. And then relationship status?
I'm in a relationship. My boyfriend lives in California as well. Yeah, we met through Instagram, and I think we've been together for 8 months, also something around that.
Does he go to school with you?
So he goes to, it's also in San Diego, but it's in Point Loma. It's like Point Loma University.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And since you got your Estonian and Italian, I'm assuming you're here on an F1 visa?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. All right. What about you?
Okay, hi. My name is Maria, but everybody knows me as Abella Safety on social media.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Venezuela.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
What
born
part
there.
of Venezuela?
Caracas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Chama?
Chama, obvio.
Chama?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you do for work?
Right now I'm working as a customer service in a furniture store.
Okay.
Just chilling there.
What's that like? Yo, this couch sucks. Like,
Yeah, I have people calling me like after 5 years, yo, my bed broke. I'm like, I mean,
warranty?
no, there's no warranty.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. They'd get out of business, I guess, if they did that, right? Like, oh yeah, warranty on the bed. People would just go crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Customer service, furniture store. Okay, and then highest education level completed?
I'm right now, I'm a college student. I'm studying business.
Okay.
Mhm.
You're pursuing your BA.
Yeah.
Business. Do you want to drop where you go to school?
I mean, if my life gets better, like on social media, or if I find something like besides college, I would love to drop out.
No. Do you want to say where you go to school? Is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
oopsie. Yeah, Miami-Dade College.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miami-Dade?
Yeah.
And that's a nice shirt you have on, by the way.
Thank you. It's a real problem.
And then relationship status?
I'm single.
All right. And last but not least.
All right, my name is Elenice. I'm 19. I'm also a student at FAU, and I'm currently studying linguistics.
What's your name? Ilanese?
Ilanese. I also go by E. Like,
Yeah, E. That's way easier. E. Come on, man.
No worries.
Okay. Where are you originally from?
I went to high school in Jacksonville, but I currently live in Orlando, like Lake Mary area.
Okay. And you said you do what for work one more time?
So I actually work at Pressed. It's normally like a company in like New York, Boston, California. It's like a juicery, like a fresh fruit juicery. But I also work as an orientation leader at my university.
Okay. Do you live in Jackson? You said you live in Orlando, right?
Yeah, I live in Orlando.
Okay. And then highest education level completed?
I'm currently a student studying linguistics.
Okay. So you're actually pursuing a BA in linguistics?
Yes.
What language?
Currently I think Arabic or Farsi. I haven't really decided yet as my minor.
Are you trying to get into military or some type of government work?
I am. I'm trying to go to the Air Force.
Okay. You want to be are we talking what in the Air Force are you trying to do particularly?
So I'm trying to decide between either intelligence or like a cryptologic linguist. So basically interpreting like other languages and having to like define or translate on the spot.
Okay. Cool. Then I mean, yeah, do Intel or do OSI. Okay, and then just keep your record clean and don't smoke weed.
Yeah.
Word.
It's coming from someone that came from that line of work.
He would know.
And then what's your relationship status?
Single.
All right. Cool. And don't make an OnlyFans. That'll fuck you up. For getting a clearance. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and today, guys, is special. So, guys, you don't know this, right? But we started Fresh and Fit 2.5 years ago with me, Myron, and my boy Chris. And today is Chris Aaron C. Pogson's Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, good job, Chris, for all you've done, bro. Like, Chris is that guy. Doesn't work behind the scenes, get girls for the show, and as well, is the number one producer that's always drunk. But without further ado, Chris, thank you, brother, for coming on the show.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, he's a special guest. I can't wait for him to fuck up the show. Again.
My mic is on my headset's off.
He's deaf. All right, so ladies, we're gonna open it up.
Yeah.
Where we're gonna turn it to y'all. If you guys have a question for us, maybe it might have been a rumor, or maybe something you heard about the show,
What you heard about us,
or whatever.
Good,
so I'm
bad.
gonna open it up to y'all. I'm gonna start right here with Miss Farsi linguist, and then we're gonna work our way back around. Whether question, comment, disagreement on something that we've talked about before, etc. I'll turn it to y'all.
Disagreements, comments, questions, concerns. I'm pretty I'm chill, I'm straight. I'm just here to have a good time, really.
What did you hear about the show before you came on?
Yeah.
And it's okay if it's negative. Tell us the truth.
I mean, obviously, you hear a bunch of girls talking about they're misogynistic and this, that, and the third.
No way. Really?
Yeah, I know, crazy idea. But me personally, from what I've watched, I can agree with a grand portion of what y'all say to an extent. There are just sometimes where it gets too heated. I get myself pissed off, and I'm just okay, we gotta cut it off, because I know if I'm getting heated in a conversation I'm not in, I got better things to spend my time
What side
on.
frustrates you more, us or the girls?
Be honest.
You can keep it real.
Both, but
Both,
the
okay.
girls, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the girls on your show be dumb as fuck.
I'm sorry. You don't say.
She ain't lying though. Damn. Can I have some Hennessy and Coke, please? I mean, if I'm being on the panel, first time.
It's okay, Chris.
Chris's day.
Yeah,
Let's go, man.
today's Chris's day. So, all right, cool, fair enough. So the girls piss you off a little bit more than we do. Fair enough. I'll take that. What about you?
Have you ever had a fight before in the studio with some random girl fighting? I would love to watch that. I don't know.
We have.
I actually posted on my IG a couple days ago.
For real?
Shout out Tommy, by the way.
Yeah. You mean a full-on fist fight where they fought back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah.
Flying and everything.
A girl hit me and Chris one time.
Yeah.
No.
But we ain't hit her back. For obvious reasons.
I wanted to, but no.
You should never hit a girl. Ever
Yeah,
hit a
you should
girl.
never do it.
No,
Never
don't
hit. But yeah, we just don't do it. But one time a girl attacked a guest and he full on I had to stop him.
I stopped her. If you watch the clip back, I had to hold her back because I knew what was going down. Too.
Yeah. She slapped him or some shit. She hit him.
Wow, that's
So,
crazy.
Yeah.
She got upset.
Yeah. He believes in equality. So he's a true feminist. He believes in equality. Just kidding. Anything else?
No, that's all. I just want to know that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
For me, so my boyfriend and my brother are big fans of you guys. So I watched a little bit, I heard a little bit. I haven't watched too much though. I just often see like them scrolling on TikTok or something on your videos, and I mean it looks crazy, but I don't know. I really love debates and discussing different topics. So I found you guys' show really cool and interesting. So I'm excited to see.
You don't gotta lie. You can say you hate us.
I'm not hating on you.
Okay.
I think I agree with a lot. You wanted me to hate you guys.
Nah, I just
Well, it just makes more sense.
I
you
just
know?
wanted the girls to be honest. But okay, fair enough. You have a brother and a dad.
A dad, a boyfriend.
Oh, boyfriend. Okay, and then who's the other? You said your boyfriend. And who else watches?
My brother.
And your brother. Okay,
Mhm.
all right, that makes sense. Fair enough. Miss Actor. Actress.
Yeah, actress.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
The first one is asking for a friend. She wants to know, when you guys ghost women, do you feel remorseful after?
That's actually a damn good question.
Wait, is this a personal experience or is this like just a
No,
general
that's
question?
for my friend Sophia back there.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, she wants to know.
We got to put Sophia on camera. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
You want to take this first, Fresh? It's actually, we've never been asked this before.
Chris, you start, nigga. It's your show. You start first, bro. Yeah, Chris, go ahead. We need ghost girls. Do you feel bad about it, Chris?
If I smash, no. I mean, so it's like, hey, listen, I got what I wanted. I smashed.
Yeah.
If she had a great time, hey, why feel bad about it?
Okay.
I mean, she wanted to, see me and stuff like that. She did the work. So she had a great time. I always treat girls right, more or less. And yeah, man, if you date me, I ghost them, we smash. Simple as that.
All right.
Did you really do the work
if I like them, I hit them back up. Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Right.
Yeah.
But if she's like, you know what, I'm being a little weird, then I ghost them.
All right. Fair enough. Fresh.
Oh man, Chris, that was a great answer. I would say I don't ghost girls per se. I just like step away and come back every now and then. So like like when you take like a vacation, come back to work, just like that. I just step away for a little bit, come back.
Oh, so you want those guys? Gotcha.
Don't worry, my dad taught me well. My dad taught me very well.
Yo, where is he now?
He's gone.
Oh,
my dad is gone. He taught me very well, but he'll be back soon. I think.
It's been like what, 30 years?
31.
31 years?
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Wow. Okay, this dynamic is hilarious. Yeah, really, right? Like the audience were like, "What the hell's going on?" Okay, so it depends. So, in general, no. And the reason why is if I ghost a girl, 9 out of 10 times she did something that I didn't appreciate, approve of, or I don't see anything potential with her. And it, surprisingly, right? It's not if she has sex with me the first time. That's actually not a disqualifier. One of the biggest disqualifiers is if I find out that like she's a hoe. I find out she's annoying. She's rambunctious.
what is a hoe to you?
I see we're getting deep here.
Chris, Chris, what is a hoe?
I'm looking at what I'm talking. Listen, I'm joking around. It's early. It's early.
Yeah, so if she exemplifies certain characteristics where I don't think I can elevate her to any type of serious like status, I'm like, all right, like I don't. But normally the girl's really got to mess up for me to ghost her. Like I could put her like in the sex only category while I talk to her and to be casual. But like for me to plain up ghost her, she had to have messed up. And then as far as like a hoe, well, it depends on what role I'm going to put her in, right? A girl that's in a casual slot I'm going to have a little bit more tolerance for her having a promiscuous past than a girl that is what I would consider a main girl. A main girl is going to have higher requirements than, a casual girl.
So that leads into my second question, which
Sure.
is for me. When you're dating a guy that could be seen as like, a guy that makes more money than you or a guy that can provide more than you can,
Yeah.
what can you provide as a female? Because like, what can you provide to a man that has it all? Because in a man in like your guys' situations, you guys might have a lot of like pussy being thrown at you. There's BBLs, there's prettier faces, So like, what can a girl do to like secure her spot as the main girl?
That's a good question.
Very good question.
And I wish more women asked that, dude. I really do wish more women asked that.
Question.
Yeah, she asked really good questions.
Yeah.
Chris, you want to take it first? Special guest of honor.
Yeah, I mean, just know what the guy does, man. Know what he likes, and just fill in the gaps. Don't be annoying. Like, if, for example, if he streams, say, hey, listen, do you need some coffee for your stream? Do you need some tea? What do you need? Do you need to order some products? Just be that girl who fills in the gap, all right? Some girls, what they like to do is, oh, you stream too much or you do this too much, and they want to be...
They complain
a lot. So, I mean, for the most part, just fill in what he needs, because at the end of the day, guys, they fight the war every day. And when they come home, now you're like, they're fighting this bitch. Not you personally, but the girl next to them is like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, end of the day, if we already fucked you, then what else can you do to provide that niche?
Yeah, so Chris brought up a very good point. I think after sex, how do you maintain the guy other than just that? And for the most part, I think girls think, oh, you know what? I give him pussy, so I'm good to go. However, like you said earlier, if you have a ounce of care or consideration, what's he doing? What's his business? What is he about? And if you can actually like add value to his life, which means, let's say he has a business, like Chris was saying earlier, you make sure you fit in, you add in a lot of value to his business, or for example, what he needs. Don't be a headache, don't be a bother or nag. Then he's like, you know what? She's cool. It's great times with her, and there's no stress. I have peace. I'm gonna keep her around. So I would say that goes a long way. And then Myron Gaines.
So the biggest thing is to differentiate yourself from other women. Most women are what I call interchangeable components to a man's spoke wheel. Your goal is to become an indispensable spoke in the cogwheel that's irreplaceable by another part. And what I mean by that is, yeah, sure, if you tried to put another piece in there, it might work, but it won't work at the same optimality. And I think that's on the woman to come in and have those critical thinking skills and be like, okay, this guy needs this done. I see gaps here, etc., just like Chris was saying. And it's your job to basically figure it out and do it without him telling you. Like, there's something crazy about a girl that can like figure out what a problem is and make your life easier, so you don't have to think about certain things, so that you can go from like maybe 90% performance to 93 performance, or 95, or if he was already at 100, like a guy that you're talking about that has everything, he's performing at 101 or 102. And when you get to the highest levels, that 1 or 2% means a lot, right? So I think that's where it comes in, where the more successful the guy, the more he has, the harder you have to work to figure out what he doesn't have. And I think if women did that more often, they'd be able to keep men around. But the problem is that a lot of girls come into a relationship like, okay, what can this guy do for me? And guys will play that game. They'll offer you the world, I'll fly you out, blah, 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 get what they want.
Fresh.
Boom. Rug pull you, get and just leave. But if you're able to come in, add value, it's like, damn, I can't really operate at optimality without this chick by my side. That's how you get brought on the trips. That's how you get introduced to his friends. That's how you get put into certain networks, etc. And another thing, too, you got to accept that he's going to fuck other bitches.
Damn.
That's the dark one that no one wants to accept. So not only do you have to be an interchangeable piece and irreplaceable, you now have to share him with women that are replaceable.
But why though?
Why?
Yeah.
Because men don't climb the ladder of success to have sex with one girl. That's just an unfortunate reality. It's very difficult for a man to earn his value, and once he does, the last thing he wants to do is have it to just one girl.
But then when you do the same thing, you like lose value in his eyes.
Yeah, because women's value comes from sexual temperance and preserving their value, not giving it to a bunch of random guys. That's where women's value comes from. So, and I guess and here's the thing, I've said it before, it's a sucky double standard,
yeah.
But it's a double standard that actually benefits women more, because at least you get the value up front and it's up to you how you choose to spend it. Men have to get that value down the road, and it's not even guaranteed. So if the guy has to work to earn that value, he's not going to want to have one girl. Most successful men almost always have multiple women. Maybe they'll have one main chick and a couple mistresses. Maybe they have multiple wives. But men almost always, when they're successful, have multiple women. So I tell girls, look, it's raining outside. Here's an umbrella. It's up to you if you want to go out with the umbrella and get wet or not. But I'd rather arm women with the facts and let them know that if you want a successful man, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to have to share them.
So can I ask you a question kind of going off of that?
Sure.
Is it possible for a guy to say that he loves his girlfriend, this, that, and the third, y'all been, well, I wouldn't say girlfriend, but let's say like y'all been really connecting and you kind of get to that level of like, oh, I love you. But let's say y'all aren't ready to really commit to that. Is it possible for a guy to say, I love you to a girl, but still go and fuck other bitches?
Yes. 1,000%.
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah. And I know for a lot of women, it's very difficult to fathom, because for you guys, your sexuality typically is tied to some type of emotional connection. Most of the time, some girls can sport fuck, but most women can't. So for you guys, it's like you can't fathom, like, how can I tell this man I love him and go fuck another guy? Men are capable of doing that because we can separate sexual desire and lust with emotional connection with one woman. We can absolutely separate it because we're physical. You guys are more emotionally sound. Like, they always say, women fall in love through the ears, men fall in love with their eyes. That's why women wear makeup and men lie. That's just how it is. So for men, we're very visual. We can have sex with a girl and literally go back to our girlfriends. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm in an open relationship. I appreciate my girl more when I go fuck other bitches. If I'm gonna be all the way 1,000 with y'all, I genuinely appreciate my I genuinely appreciate my main girls way more when I come back to them because I'm like, damn, these other girls are fucking useless.
How many girls do you have?
What? Confidential, classified. Classified at the moment.
Couple.
I have a question.
Allegedly. Willing to add some more.
Why don't make her the main one then? Like make it official. If you appreciate her that much.
No, she is main.
No, it is official.
No.
But you've said
But why
you've
do you
been
have to
fucking
fuck?
on other girls.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You have main and you have sides and you have, that's just how it goes.
Wait, so if you're in a relationship for like, let's say, like you started dating junior year of high school and you're going into your like sophomore, junior year of college, like you together for real, but your girl is expected to be okay if like you're in college just fucking these bitches in the dorm or like doing whatever, and then like you go back and like, oh no, but I still love you.
Oh no, I'm not telling you to tolerate this from any guy.
Okay. I was just
Yeah, you gotta tolerate this from a guy that's worth tolerating it from. That's why her specific question was like, how do you deal with a guy that has it all? Well, number one, be an interchangeable part, a non-interchangeable part. You need to be irreplaceable, unlike the other girls who are interchangeable components. And then you need to accept the fact that he's probably gonna want to go ahead and exercise the options that he's worked so hard to attain.
Yeah, pretty much. If he's broken, not a leader, if he's just gonna like a regular average guy, then obviously you don't want to make that serious because it won't last.
But
anyway.
I tell women too, average guy's gonna cheat on you as well a lot of the times.
Yeah,
Right.
Like men are typically only as faithful as their options. So
What if your options are better than the main girl? Like, let's say your main girl has it all, like everything you're looking for, and
such as
she provides everything to the table, like
Men
fills
don't
in the
care about
gaps.
that. Yeah, like what?
However, but like then what if the other girl that you're fucking like eats ass and the other bitch don't eat ass? You feel me? So now you like the side bitch because she eats ass, but the main bitch don't.
Lady.
That's not a stretch. Guys like freaky bitches. So
Okay.
if your side
No,
bitch is
listen.
freakier than the main bitch,
You made a good point. Guys will cheat with the freaky bitch, but they'll wife the quiet bitch.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
So even though she's like sexually more appealing and more like fun to be around, they'll never take out in public like, oh, this is my girl. You feel me? So that level of like sexuality and level of like, I guess like lust is great to just have fun with, but never take serious.
Wait, question. Do you eat ass?
No, never. I would never eat ass.
Hey, if you do, it's fine.
I know a lot of girls that eat ass though.
Yeah. She's like, damn, man.
I can't compare to a bitch that eats ass. You feel me?
I mean, hey, listen, that's what he likes.
But I think the biggest thing is to understand that what a guy commits to versus what a guy finds sexually arousing or what he deals with sexually are two different things. A lot of the times you're better off being on the I'm getting committed to side, and the component of getting to get on the committed side is having some type of sexual or temperance. If a guy can bring you around his family or his friends and not be embarrassed, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
But if you do all this freaky shit in the bedroom and you don't want to bring you around his friends or he doesn't claim you publicly.
Now, I am curious though to hear the older women speak on this. So from your experience, what do you think? Do you think guys are gonna be faithful to you at a higher level or not really from your experience?
I think it's how you train them.
Oh, wait, what? Train them?
I mean, I think it's what you tolerate. You know?
Misogyny. So you train your men?
I mean, I don't train them, but I mean, I'm not going to.
I mean, she's older, so she.
I am older, yeah, a lot older.
Every guy she probably dates.
So, I, in my experience, what you allow proliferates, and I mean, if you cut off certain behaviors, they stop.
So I guess the question is, what would you say would allow you to say, you know what? All right, I'll look past that.
Or is that a non-negotiable? Is sexual fidelity a non-negotiable for you?
It's a non-negotiable if that's what the deal is. Like if we came into the deal, this is the deal. Like I'm not fucking around, you're not fucking around. This is the deal. But then you break the deal.
Okay.
The deal's over.
That's fair.
Okay,
That's
but
fair.
if you come into
Okay.
it and say you're not going to be the only one, and I agree to that, well then I can't
Okay.
get mad at that.
Understandable.
That's fair.
Okay. I agree with that, right? I do agree that men should be honest and
From the
upfront.
very
That I want to
beginning.
have. I'm not gonna be monogamous to you. That's how we approach it. But
most guys-
men are not
Yeah, they
gonna
won't do
do
it.
that. Like it's just not gonna happen
Because girls can't handle the truth.
They can't. Yeah.
But I do agree with what you said about, it gets thrown around a lot, the term high value men. But I think if you're a high value woman, if you let's face it, a man is there to protect and provide. If you don't need the provide, if you can provide for yourself, and I'm not talking about like a Gucci bag, a Chanel bag, I'm talking about like provide me safety, provide me something biologically I need.
Yeah.
If you can't do those two things, then you're worthless to me. And so I'm not going to put up with you like fucking around because.
So I'll give you my controversial take what I'm about to say right now, and especially as an educated woman like yourself, you might not like what I'm going to say.
Misogyny.
I genuinely don't think there's a such thing as a high value woman because all women have value. So therefore, it'd be kind of ridiculous to say that there's high value women out there. And what I mean by that is a woman can only claim she's high value if she has a high value man that co-signs her. She can only become high value by taking a high value man's last name, because becoming high value is very difficult to attain. And I argue that all women have value, not like men. There's a lot of low value men, so some like mid-level men, and then there's some high value men. But all women to some degree have value, because a woman that's average can absolutely bat 5 levels above her and get a high value man, but it can't work the other way around. So since those sexual dynamics are so polarized, I don't think there's such thing as a high value woman unless there's a high value man co-signing her.
I disagree.
Okay, sure.
Because some people think that Andrew Tate is a high value man, but I wouldn't consider him to be a high value man. So if he was to co-sign me as a high value woman, it would mean nothing to me because I don't see him in that light.
Okay.
Hurrah!
Fair assessment, but this is where I disagree with you. Being high value doesn't necessarily deal with morality. Does he have status? Does he have respect from peers? Does he have respect? I mean, in his case, he has respect worldwide. He has financial success, right? We could take it a step further. Trained martial artist, 4-time kickboxing world champion.
Yep.
On paper, he's absolutely high value.
Yep.
Now, and any woman that gets with him is going to acquire the Tate last name and be high value as a byproduct of it. So though he might not be your cup of tea, it's pretty irrefutable that he is a high value man.
But if you
because he's high value in the metrics that make a man have value in the world. So a man's value is 1,000% determined by the impact that they create in the world.
Yeah.
Right. A man's last name only carries value if he's able to change other people's lives to some degree. That's why people that are lawyers, doctors, celebrities to a degree, etc., they have value and status from their accomplishments, and that is where their value comes from. People respect them, etc. So men, we acquire value much differently than women do. We acquire it through status. You guys acquire it through beauty. And then being able to get a man that has status. Now, some women are able to go ahead and get status on their own, right? You have 3 PhDs, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Oh, PhD.
Educated, etc. But unfortunately, that's the equivalent to a man being extremely metrosexual, extremely good looking, but broke. Because even though he's attractive and he's beautiful, that is not a commodity that women seek. Just like a woman that has education, status, and income, that is not a commodity that men generally
No,
seek.
you're right. Because in Miami, I just moved to Miami. I mean, literally, I go to you can go to any store in the mall, Forever 21, H&M, Zara. The women working at the cash register literally are like the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your life. I'm like, are you like a Victoria's Secret, like Brazilian supermodel?
And-
she's high value. She's not educated.
Well, she's not high value unless she gets a high value man.
Well, she will though, looking like that.
Yeah, if she can. If she can land him and get his last name, because they could get fucked. But can she get his last name?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm really happy that I have you guys on the panel because you guys are higher IQ. Let me tell you from experience of being here, most women are absolutely retarded in Miami. I can't have discussions like this
Trust me, I
with
know.
them. You're very educated, well-spoken, etc., able to articulate your points. You, from a cognitive level, are better than most women. However, a lot of these women that you're way smarter than will beat you to get one of these guys because they might be more attractive or younger. Because men typically don't care about a woman's education or status. Even though you work really hard to acquire these things, these are male metrics of success, unfortunately. Which is why I tell successful women all the time is like, that's great. It's awesome. You can have a great conversation with a guy. He might be intrigued, but are you going to beat out the 21-year-old model? It's going to be tough.
So then how does that add value to the 21-year-old model? Because you said the other guy has to like co-sign for her. So if that's who he chooses, but yet she doesn't have like no IQ or no education, then how does that make her a high value woman?
Well, he can make her into his woman and make her the best girlfriend for him. That's
Kinda
why
put
leadership
it-
is so important for men.
Look at it this way, like Donald Trump. Everyone been know who Donald Trump is, but who did we know Mrs. Trump until this man was president? Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? But kind of like it's.
Hold on, I'll take it a step further, real quick, just because you just mentioned a good point. Monica Lewinsky became famous off of sucking a high-value man's dick.
Hey.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second. That happened almost 30 years ago. We still know her name to this day.
So,
intern, 18 years old. She got her status simply from sucking a high-value man's dick. If that does not prove that women acquire status through men, I don't know what else does.
To your point, Kim Kardashian, Ray J.
Yeah.
I hit it first.
Pretty
Famous.
much.
And real quick, you considered Andrew not high value. So who would you consider high value?
I like Drake.
Bro, I'm done. Are you serious?
No.
I like Drake. But come on, bro.
Wait. So why do you like Drake though?
Drake.
His songs, or like, tell me.
No, I feel like I relate to his music. So the things that he says,
So his
even if he
songs.
doesn't write it, you know, but I feel like I relate.
So-
and he's a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio.
It sounds like you
Drake.
just like
You a Scorpio.
you fucks with him because, or you fuck with him being high value because you like him. That's a very opinionated statement. Like back to the Andrew Tate thing, like this is not shame. Keep in mind, I get like anyone can go anywhere and say, "Oh yeah, Andrew Tate." Da 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 da. It may be shit. It may be really good, but like if I were to go to the streets of Orlando and say your name, they'd be like, "Who the fuck is that?" So that's kind of what he's saying. Like high value. In other words, it doesn't mean people have to like him. It doesn't mean people have to hate him. Like that's what he's known for. Whatever he's known for is putting his fucking name out and getting him paid.
Extreme example, and I really hate to say this. It actually pains me to say this. Jeffrey Epstein on paper is a high-value man. Even though he's a deplorable individual, he is a high-value man on paper. Because when we're talking about high value, we're not talking about morality. And that's arguable, whatever. But when you look at status, income, what he's done, even though he got his status through some bullshit and money, you can argue on paper that he is so like, not to liken Drake or Tate to him, but I'm just showing that as an extreme example of like high value really doesn't have to do with morality. Because you're going from an opinion standpoint. I don't like Andrew Tate, or I don't consider him a high value man because I might not like his views. But Drake and Tate are both high value, and I would argue Tate has more of a positive impact on the world than Drake does. I mean, Drake hasn't really saved guys from off of themselves.
If you
or anything
notice,
like that.
it's
Like,
how he makes her feel.
Yeah.
So that's what's driving her high value status.
Yeah, but objectively speaking,
that's why I have
both
that question.
Drake and Andrew Tate are high value men, but I would argue that Tate has more impact from a positive standpoint than Drake does. Drake is a musician, cool. Yeah, okay, yeah, you got me. I'm in my feelings. But Andrew Tate's keeping guys from killing themselves.
I like them both, but
Well, isn't that
Drake is good.
morality though? Like
was that?
he's doing stuff somewhat moral because you're saying a positive impact.
Yeah.
Right. So it is moral in a sense.
I mean, to a degree, but he's
Right, like,
creating
you
more
can have-
impact in the world overall. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
he's,
but like somebody who has money and donates it and is charitable, right? I would consider that more of a high value man who just like takes all of his money and doesn't, I guess, share it or like put it towards anything positive.
yeah, and that's why I
to
said it's
benefit the world.
arguable. And it's debatable. That's why Epstein donated to charities. Unfortunately, he did. He did. Even though it was all like kind of a scheme to get the money back, he donated to charities.
Chris, who would you consider to be a high value man?
I mean, a man who actually creates value into the world. He can raise his family properly, and just make sure that his lifestyle is on point. Because at the end of the day, if you're struggling paying bills as a man, then are you really high value? So if you have a family and you're like, it depends on what goals you have. If you actually acquiring those goals and you're happy, making 6 figures, able to feed those you care about, isn't that high value to you? Because some girls, like for example, some girls go, "Yo, my high value guy is he makes 6 figures a year," and then some girl down on South Beach can say, "Oh, a high value guy is a millionaire," you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on what's going on. But if you're high value, man, you gotta be able to take care of your circle.
Yeah, and I think a big part of being high value also is having respect from your peers. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Right? Like you got. Do other men want to be you? Do other men respect you? Are your accolades like known to others without you having to say it? Like, does your reputation speak for itself in a positive way to a degree?
I'm curious, real quick though. Would you consider your current guy high value?
I would, and it's based on morals and values. Like we have a really aligned morals and values.
Where is he now?
He's in LA.
Okay, doing what?
Right now he's probably I don't know what he's doing. It's a good
Question for you. If that's the premise and you're happy with this, and I think you are, can he cheat?
I would hope that he wouldn't.
But if he cheated, would you leave?
I would strongly consider it. I mean, we'd have to renegotiate our arrangement.
I mean,
okay.
And I
fair.
think that intimacy is precious and it's sacred. And I think that to
he's
share
fucking.
to share it
He's
would
fucking.
be.
Sorry, it's a daddy and everything, but he out LA.
That's not her dad, bro.
Oh.
Her
Yeah,
dad
he
lives
definitely
in, her dad lives in Paris. Yeah.
Oh, Paris, yeah, they fucking.
Does that answer what you had before?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
We
mean,
can
yeah.
move on.
And Andrew does donate to charity too.
He does.
Actually, I might not know
Ukraine, other charities as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
full disclosure, he's a friend of ours, which is
Yeah.
why we're a bit biased,
Oh,
right?
okay.
But he's a personal friend of ours. So
Yeah.
shout out to the Tate brothers. We all know those lies, those charges. Are bullshit.
Any questions, comments, things you want to bring up at the very beginning or not really?
I don't have any except for the fact that preaching and showing like fitness, like it's called Fresh and Fit, right? And people say, "Oh, it's so terrible. They hate women." It's like, oh, that's so stupid. I mean, like they never say that ever. Like I was on another podcast yesterday, and they were like, "Oh, that show is crazy," and I'm like, well, does it have to be? Like, don't you control that? You know, I think you control your own emotions. But I love that you guys actually talk about fitness because it's one of the most important things in the world, and health is wealth. And, you know, I actually used to be 300 pounds.
Wow.
And,
Damn, that's
and
really
I
good.
lost over 100 pounds now.
Wow.
And-
Period.
What are your thoughts? I saw excuse me. I saw a study like a couple days ago that there's more obese women than obese men. What are your thoughts on that?
Damn.
Oh, it's 100% true. And I also, did you know that when women get into relationships, they stop trying, and then when they get married, most women actually are the ones who end up gaining weight.
I believe it.
When they get married, they just stop trying. Also, the
What are the
friends-
reasons for that in your opinion?
Oh,
Why-
because
why
they're
women-
comfortable.
Okay.
Oh, now I've got the money. Now I'm in the contract. He can't leave me, and he has to be loyal to me. So I can go around eating junk food and not trying because he
Have they
loves me
admitted this to
anyway.
you when they come over to? Obviously, I don't want you to name names or anything, but have you like heard these confessions when they come?
Oh my
to
gosh,
as a client?
yes, I
Okay.
have heard these things. I hear them all the time, and in school they would even be like, "Penelope, you should keep eating junk food. Like you're beautiful. Like keep eating pizza and ice cream. It's so good for you." Like they knew I was disgusting and ugly, yet they still told me to eat ice cream.
You have bad friends. I'm sorry.
You know why? They want you to lose.
They want me to lose, and they didn't want me to have they wanted me to be bisexual. They wanted me to be transgender. It was crazy.
What the heck?
I mean,
No,
bisexual.
what is-
I mean,
Let me ask you: would it be fair? Because this is a controversial point that we've talked about on the podcast, but it'd be good to get your perspective on this. Would you say that women have a really bad habit of enabling self-sabotaging behavior in their peers?
Yes, and they do a really great job of enabling other women to do terrible things so that they don't get their men. So women sabotage each other so they don't get high value men. So like when I got into a really healthy relationship, that's more on the traditional side.
Yeah.
All the women hated me and stopped being friends with me. They're like, "This is terrible for you. Like, get out of this. This is toxic." And I'm like literally waiting for marriage, so excited
What
about
are
my
some of the
future.
terms that they told you?
They
when you
told
got
me
into
he was
traditional?
toxic. They told me I was being weird and trad. I was trying to be trad, and that I was a bad girl, and like I shouldn't fall for that. What happened to my career? Why am I not being a boss babe? And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, you've lost a lot of weight. Like, I don't know if that's good for you. Like, maybe you should try to gain the weight back. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, who are you guys? Like promoting this?
Gain the weight back is crazy.
You look great, by the way. You look amazing.
Yeah. No, congratulations on that, because obviously weight loss is always very difficult. And we live in a very, especially for women, it kind of sucks because we rarely tell women the truth, especially when it comes to their body because of their feelings, right? We have this whole body positivity movement for females, and I think it's very destructive, which makes sense as to why there's more fat women than fat men.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, a fat woman can still find a guy.
And they follow their emotions. They are so easily emotionally manipulated. Like the body positivity movement almost killed me. Like I would go on my phone. It's all women preaching, love your body. You're beautiful just the way you are. It doesn't matter if you're fat. You're healthy being overweight. Don't lose weight. If you lose weight, you have an eating disorder. And I fell for it. And I stayed in my bed and I ate junk food.
Isn't it crazy? One of the biggest advocates, Lizzo, got
Oh,
caught
shit.
fat shaming her
Lizzo.
own dancers. And I was
Lizzo.
like, "Shawty, you fat too?" That's crazy.
Fucking Lizzo, bro.
This fat bitch.
If Lizzo's watching this, I want to help her. I really want to help her lose the weight and inspire millions of her fans to do the same, because she's not inspiring them to do that, and I want to inspire them to do
Lizzo,
that.
if you're watching, get off the couch. You're fat. Okay, never mind.
I have a question actually for kind of
Sorry.
like y'all. in a
For us,
sense.
okay. I before you do, because I just have one more thing for her. If you can name, and your mom can jump in on this too, because you guys probably are dealing with hundreds of women at this point. What would you say are the 3 biggest contributors as to why women are obese in today's day and age? The 3 biggest.
First, I'll say body positivity movement plays a massive role.
Okay.
You can give the other one.
Emotional dysregulation.
Mm-hmm.
Can you like go deeper on that?
Women have feelings and we express them in destructive ways. We don't have tools to channel that.
What's the name of that term
feeling.
again? Write it down.
Emotional dysregulation.
Okay.
So we don't understand how to regulate our emotions.
Okay.
To actually use them for good, or to channel them through physical fitness, for example.
Okay.
Different types of mindset techniques, even spiritual techniques, finding God, whatever it is that's going to work, we have to find ways to empower ourselves with tools to regulate our emotions so they don't tangle our lives, our relationships, and our health.
Question on that. Would you say that you've noticed less emotional dysregulation with women that have positive masculine influences in their life? Let's say a father, a brother, or a couple of brothers to tell them, you're being fat as fuck. What are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you notice? Okay.
I do. Unless there's an overbearing father who's just doting all the time, then there's another tangle there.
Okay.
That's like an emotional incestuous thing.
So does that mitigate, I guess, the risk of obesity a bit by having that masculine authority in there? Or
I believe so.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have enough anecdotal evidence to say yes definitively, but I think so.
Okay.
See, I thought it was.
So I've noticed brothers tend to be more honest with their sister if she's obese versus a potential like a sister. And then what's the third one?
What would you say the third one is?
I think people don't know how to eat. Doctors don't tell them. Parents aren't teaching them. Schools are also not teaching them. So people are putting their health in the hands of prepared foods and restaurants, and the salts and the oils and genetically modified foods and the herbicides, fungicides, pesticides. Like, it's a problem. We have an issue within the industrial food complex, and we're in the addictive brain.
Okay.
So it's an issue.
And my last question, and then we'll turn it to you. With the body positivity, you said that's the number 1 contributor to women being obese.
Yes.
What is the average woman overweight by? 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds? What did you say?
35.
Was that
35?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I read.
The average American woman weighs 170 pounds right
Yep.
now.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be cheeseburgers.
But the girls that are coming to you, 35, you would say on average that
Oh
are...
no, the girls that are coming to us have more.
Way
Oh,
more.
wow.
75 or more.
Okay.
80 to 100 pounds. to
Okay,
lose.
so 35 is over, but what's coming to you is like way above, double.
Way above. Way
Yeah.
above. And I will have to say the body positivity movement, also family component with that, because family will encourage the eating behaviors, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, grandmas. Oh, it's okay, sweetie, eat all the food. And they kind of like join it. Like, it's almost like a
cult.
A cult. It's almost like a
Okay.
cult.
Your medical doctor, your psychotherapist. Oh, don't talk about it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I got to say this then. I got to ask this. What is the number 1 motivating factor for them to come to you? Obviously, they're double the average overweight number. What is the number 1 contributing factor to them coming to you guys finally?
Double chin.
They're 30 plus.
Double chin.
Is it age? Is it maybe they're sitting back on the market?
No, they're scared. They're scared they're going to die.
Oh.
They've got
Okay.
diabetes.
Yeah, they're old as fuck.
It's
Yeah.
impending doom.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, my mother died, her third cause of death, severe obesity at age 59. And it's quite serious for us.
Okay.
We really
No.
want to end this generational eating compulsion.
Okay. Okay. So for you guys, it's okay. I thought it would maybe be vanity reasons, but it's literally impending death is the main is the primary reason they come to y'all.
Yep.
What's the average age that they're coming to you guys?
Oh, 35?
35?
Yeah.
Wow, that early.
When it's almost.
I told you, right, man. I
yeah.
told you, Hail Marys,
Okay.
man.
The wall.
All right. No, I just said, bro, like this is good for people to ask on this because I've always talked about female obesity, but it's great to have women that deal with that every day.
They made some
ask
good
these
points. I thought it was just like cheeseburgers that made them fat, but I guess more.
No, I
than
mean,
that.
it's Uber Eats, man. Because
way
now
better.
there's Uber Eats, there's stuff that you can order. So these girls, they're boss babes, have money, and don't have time to cook, right? More or less.
They don't have time to cook.
And so they order Uber Eats, and then they're like, oh, okay, you know what? Let me just order some. You know what I'm saying, though?
Another follow. Are these higher earning women that are this obese?
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And it costs money to be fat. Like, it's really expensive to be fat. It's really expensive. I mean, you rack up a bill. Like, I used to charge your bill like
I'm like, Penelope, $600. I'm like, what are you doing?
and I hid pizzas under my bed and my closet
wow.
and the trash. I spend hundreds of dollars per week on junk food that
Yeah.
I hid from you.
Damn.
No, that's awesome, man. That you guys are doing
Hey,
that.
Christine's your program.
Join Step It Up.
Yeah.
Join Step It Up. It's
There
called
you go.
Step It Up. It's called
Cool.
Step It
All
Up.
right. Sorry. You had something. Go ahead.
Yeah, so kind of going back
Yeah, kind of going back to like the beginning of this conversation. When it comes to like these married women, like you see it all over social media, like isn't stereotypically skinny guys like bigger girls or bigger girls like skinny guys because of
Africans.
the dick. So
My niggas.
well, like I'm being so dead ass, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because skinny guys like
Thick girls.
they're gonna like the booty wave. You know what I'm saying? Like they're hitting it from the back.
So
There's a
let
lot
me-
happening.
okay.
You know what I mean? So a
Let-
lot of guys find it so sexually appealing that you always see these big women in happy relationships, and I'm single as fuck.
Let me
Like,
explain that to you. Like I said before, men are only as loyal as their options. Men also like their options. And what I mean by this is if you take those same skinny guys and I gave them a Lamborghini, $2 million and some fame,
blue check,
they'll be fucking models tomorrow and they will never talk to a fat girl again.
Yep.
Look at Moneybag Yo.
Trust me, I know.
Google his prom date, guys, and then look at the women that he's dealing with now.
And fresh
Men's
too.
taste changes and adapts and improves as their value improves. So men typically say they like, because it's a cope, the type of women that they can attract. But the reality is if they can get a more attractive woman, they will. Men universally prefer not to be with fat women in most situations.
You ever heard that saying, women fuck who they want, men fuck who they can?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing.
That's a perfect
for your,
saying for this,
example.
yeah.
So
but
you're-
also,
they're just
I'll say this
settling.
though. African niggas are different. Just like fucking fat bitches. I don't know what it is. But y'all niggas for Africa,
Hey,
man.
they
y'all
love
be
hippos, man.
In them guts.
That might be a slow Tuesday, but like, bro, in general, they're gonna take the model. Like, they're gonna take the model to be more consistent with, to show around their friends and stuff. You might get the fatty on a slow Tuesday and no one sees. But yeah, men typically will sit there and cope and say, "Oh, I like this type of girl," but you'll see directly that woman aligns with what he can actually attract.
So guys left you for a fat girl?
Oh, no, no. Don't get it. They left me for an
You-
ugly girl.
Ugly.
No.
Yeah.
I mean-
my ex left me. He cheated on me with my ex best friend, and she was
Your ex?
fat. She was fat.
What
Yeah.
time?
Like, bro, I'm 117. And she's like legit like 150, 160.
Hey man, you didn't go hard enough, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
she had a fat ass. Like, what's the difference?
No,
like, big
I'm
tits?
sorry. Well, I hate her, and like, if you say this, you look like a fucking fridge. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
oh,
like,
oh,
dude.
shit.
No, bro. I don't
Hey,
know.
we don't support bashing women, okay?
Fat shaming, fresh.
Yeah, no, but that, no. She's different, bro. Like, I mean, she got deported to Colombia.
Oh, shit.
So that's why.
So she's Colombian.
Yeah, yeah,
Fat ass though.
bro.
No,
No. She doesn't look Colombian. When I broke up with him, I called her. I was like, "Yo, we broke up," and then she went to his house, gave him chocolate, and they just started dating.
Chocolate.
Right.
Yeah. Listen. She was looking only for the papers because he's white.
Damn.
Oh,
She got
okay.
the papers though.
Oh, she got it?
Congratulations.
Oh, she did?
Huh?
She got papers from homeboy?
Yeah, from my ex. Yeah,
Ah,
because
she's
she got
smart.
deported to Colombia. She had to go in like 6 months. So yeah,
So she's back.
yeah, she's still here. I don't know where are
Yo,
they,
your
but-
boyfriend's an L, bro. Just saying.
Ex, no, yeah.
Nigga cheated with a fat one and get papers?
Yo, she probably has.
Tell this nigga what he is, bro.
What, him?
Yeah, him.
We on Twitch and shit, so I
Hey,
can't really
Mo,
say it, man.
Get off Twitch. Get off
just on
Facebook
Twitch.
and Twitter. Let's see on YouTube on Rumble for now.
No, man, he is a simp. Sorry, Mo. But end of the day, man, he just, she probably get good head, good attention. So something that you probably wasn't giving him.
Oh shit.
Because at the end of the day, if a guy is looking elsewhere for sex, and you're like, you know what, I'm doing this because how long you been dating
I
before you?
didn't fuck him. We lasted a month.
Exactly. That's
I
right.
didn't fuck him.
So
I didn't really like him.
Yeah. So
No, hold on. You didn't like him or you?
Yeah. Okay, he was my best friend, and I was like, okay, we can
So
try.
friend zone.
Okay.
Yeah, we can try
Yeah,
it
so-
because I liked him.
So your fat friend needed the green card, so she tried all right the first day.
Yeah, she about
So
fucking
she's
up.
like, hey,
Yo, she said chocolates?
Yeah,
That's a
chocolates.
pussy.
Yeah,
She knows how to use the pussy. She knows how to use that.
Well, she's in America, so she definitely does. But at the end of the day,
But
if,
see,
if-
that makes sense now because you didn't even smash the dude. He's like,
Yeah.
yo, she's smashing me? All right. I'm
I mean, listen,
he
if-
was a virgin too, though.
if
So
a
I
girl,
don't know.
it doesn't matter, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
So imagine, okay, that makes sense then. Because once again, he's a virgin, chocolates. Hey, wants a pussy too? Sure.
hey, listen,
Let's do it.
a man has to eat. You know what I'm saying? So if he sees a dying, hippo, a fat hippo, like, he's gonna eat it.
Wow.
It's a nice gazelle, like your gazelle, like you're in shape, and if the hippo is like almost dying, he's gonna eat it. He's a lion. He has to eat something.
Wait a second. You went to Rolling Loud?
Yeah.
Man, she belongs to the streets, man.
Wait,
Anyways.
Hold on.
She belongs to the street.
That was like months ago.
Yeah, but I don't want to take it.
Bruv.
Wow, she.
I don't know. I like it. I like it.
Been
Too
2
much
months
now. That's too
Bro,
much.
red
Nobody
flag?
got
A lot of girls do that though. They
I
go
know.
to EDC
I'm
or
messing.
music
Yeah.
festivals and they keep it on.
But for months?
Okay. What about
Hey,
you,
man,
Any assumptions, questions, comments you want to bring up at the beginning?
No, I
It's
don't
a
really
great
have
answer.
any.
What were you told before coming on the show then?
I just got a message yesterday, and because I teach yoga and do like these nutrition and integrative health podcasts all the time. I just glanced at it, like Fit and Fresh. He said number
Fresh and
one
Fit.
podcast. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Fresh and Fit, all right, yeah.
They're gonna ask me about yoga, Pilates, fitness, anti-aging, something, whatever.
No,
And I'm like, okay. Then I go to bed, wake up, and I'm like, well, I asked him, like, do I need to prepare? Like, what topic do you want me to speak to? Like, what? He's like, no, nothing. Just
Just come.
men women dynamics. I'm like, okay.
See? Easy.
She even knows what you're getting into.
No, but one thing I do want to say, just being the older person on here, I do
Facts.
feel like this whole like being bigger, okay thing is a generational thing. Like back in my day, I grew up in Southern California. You didn't fucking go to the beach with a bikini on if you were fat. You didn't do it. No one did it. It was not acceptable. Keep the shit covered. It wasn't cool. Like my mom was a model. I grew up like, literally, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but she, like, if I went to eat something that wasn't, in 5th grade, she'd be like, no, not cool. Don't eat that. You already had pizza this week. Chill it out. And I feel like today that's just not, the way it is. Like you go to South Beach, it doesn't matter if you're 300 pounds, you have a bikini on. No one gives a shit, and it's like, I feel like it's numb. It's like a callus. Like I'm so used to seeing everyone being so
Especially
fat.
those
And
black
I'm
girls,
not
man.
trying to be an asshole about this. I'm
No,
just
it's okay.
saying,
You're fresh and fit. Say what you want.
we've gotten to this point where like, it's literally okay to just walk around like, 300 pounds. But yeah. And then in the end, they're going to drop dead and not even know they did anything wrong because they didn't even know they were that fat. They didn't know it was that dangerous. They didn't, and so,
They know.
You know, I know it's bad.
Right,
So
stupid.
there's since you guys want to get acknowledged so much, there's an influx of guys that are basically leaving the United States and going to other countries abroad to find women, right? They call themselves passport bros, which I understand. It's a viable solution to the problem here in the United States where a lot of women aren't,
one solution.
Feminine. It's a viable one though, but they're not feminine, they're not attractive, and the obesity problem. And it's funny because whenever these guys, because we're friends with a couple of these guys, they leave the United States for 6 months, maybe a year at a time, and they come back and they're always shocked at how many fat women they see. They're literally shocked. They're like, what the hell? Now I remember why I left in the first place. And it's like nonstop. They leave, gone for 6 months, come back to do a podcast with us or something. Dude, what's up with all the fat women?
Yeah.
And I keep forgetting too, and it hits me too a little bit being here in Miami, because Miami I wouldn't consider as like the United States. It's kind of like a Latin America light, right? Because we have a strong Hispanic culture here. Hispanic women tend to keep themselves in better shape a lot of the times, especially from Colombia, Venezuela, because they understand that their beauty is their main commodity, etc. But once you leave South Florida, you leave Miami, especially you go to Central Florida, etc. You go to Texas, you see that obesity rear its ugly head, and even me, I'm shocked. I'm like, God damn, get me back to Miami. This is terrible. But yeah, I mean, it's really bad. Especially, it's okay if you're like, I still think it's unacceptable if you're a fat guy. But you can at least make up with it if you may have money and status. As a female, if you're fat, it's like, dude, you're literally shooting yourself in the foot.
I feel like you could really stretch it out to not even just like cities or like places in America, but America itself. Like, I feel like, I'm
Merch.
sorry, I can't remember your name, mamas, but like, I feel like someone
Merch.
like, okay.
Merch.
It's okay. Just say you think.
Yeah, I
And he'll
guess.
stop.
So like, let's say you go to like France, for example, and you order like a large Coke, they're gonna look at you sideways like, the fuck is a large? You know what I mean? Like, even in Europe, like you go there and it is very rare to see obese people. Like I went on
Yeah.
a date with this guy from, I don't know, somewhere in the UK, and like man is over here like yeah, like it wasn't even just the fact that like the date itself was so culturally different. Like bro is eating fries and a burger with a knife and fork, but he's like, oh, I don't want a water, like I don't need something to drink, and like, oh yeah, maybe I'm a little thirsty, and this man gets a cup this size, and he's like, the fuck is wrong with you Americans? And I'm like, you can't even say like it's just Americans, it's just so socially acceptable, because I feel like America's sensitive as fuck, because like decades ago, literally like you were saying, like generationally, you're not gonna want a fat ass wife, respectfully. You know what I mean? Like, it was so normal to have no ass. And now it's like everyone wants wide hips, everyone wants a fat ass, and then people are like, oh, I'm gonna eat more, it's gonna go straight to my thighs. Okay, you know, period. But that's what I'm saying.
I think you mean as in you want the slim waist with a fat ass, but a lot of girls kind of cheat it and they just get fat, and then they get a fat ass as a byproduct.
And they glorify it and they glamorize it, and they're like, "You're beautiful, girl. Like, you're gorgeous."
Every guy loves
like,
a little tummy. Like, girl, bye.
But that's what I'm not saying now. I'm talking about, like, we're speaking like 60s, 70s, 80s. You know what I mean? Like, now that's what I'm saying is very normalized, and people like you were saying, the body positivity movement. It's like, oh yeah, we need to accept everybody, inclusivity, and all this shit. So it's like they're monetizing words and like they're doing things to accommodate everybody. But at the end of the day, you're a comedy. Like, what the fuck is it benefiting besides people's emotions? You have people dying. You have people with health issues. You have people killing themselves. Like, you have like all this shit happening basically. And it's like, what are you getting from it besides people being happy that they can live how they want?
Well, it's just promoting laziness. Like, just overweight people are just lazy. I was lazy when I was 300 pounds. I was just sitting on the couch. I didn't have to work out. I didn't have to improve my beauty. I didn't have to do anything.
Well, you haven't even had kids yet, have you? How old are you?
No, I'm 18.
Okay, so I mean, I had 4 kids in 4 years. If you are fat at 20 and you haven't had children, I got news for you. Like, shit's gonna get a lot harder once your hormones get screwed up and you have kids. I mean, so I always feel really bad when I see young people fat. I'm like, you haven't even hit the hard part yet. I mean, what's going on here?
But you know, obesity in children is growing at a very fast rate. It's an epidemic. And it's terrifying because you have a lot of young women being like, you're beautiful, and they're 300 pounds, 400 pounds, 500 pounds. I mean, even like 8-year-olds now are like really, really overweight, and it's scary. You're like, you would think that kid is like 10 and he's like 6.
I think what people don't acknowledge is that like a lot of these people that struggle with weight are dealing with a lot of mental health issues, and they might be depressed. But back in the, like, during the Victorian days, being fat showed that you had money. So it's crazy to see how times have changed. Like, back then, if you were thicker, that means you have some type of wealth, and now it's like if you're fat, it's like you're lazy. But it's like you don't take into account that they might just be dealing with things, and like the majority of the world just likes to brush off mental health and doesn't like to address it.
That's true. They want to medicate, and pills don't build skills.
You know, it's one thing. I kind of like that one. I kind of like how you addressed, like, you know, like before, like being fat was, you know, like this, that, and a third. But you also have to understand that our worlds are very differently. Like, back then, all a man had to worry about is how many bitches he was gonna fuck. Does he have land? Can he eat? Like, literal basics. Like, am I wrong? You know what I mean? Like, if we really go back to where like society wasn't really a thing, like your cars aren't even cars, you feel me? So like a man only had but so much to worry about. Women had to do everything. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, like men worked and like did their thing, but like if they're up there like in royalty and status, they're living the dream that the men today want. They're not doing shit. They're sitting on a throne. So what is there to worry about when, like they were saying, high value men, they have money, they have status, pussy's being thrown to them. This isn't a new thing. This is an old thing with new patterns and new habits and new lifestyles, basically.
And going back to what you said about being sensitive, if you're too sensitive, it's like you are harming your own emotional well-being.
100%.
And it's true, like people are too sensitive. Like, emotional eating shouldn't be accepted just because you have mental health issues, which, by the way, 90% of your mental health issues you can actually fix yourself with eating right, working out, and taking accountability of your own life. You know, everyone goes through hard things, and if you just let that soak in your own pain for the rest of your life, you will be miserable and you will be fat and you will hate your life. So you have to take accountability. You can't just blame food and other people for your problems, because that's how I got fat and that's how fat people get fat, and they have control. And so this lie that we like to tell them, like, oh, it's okay, you know, it's okay to eat emotional eating, it's okay, is harming them to an extent we don't even see on the surface.
Well said.
I was going to say, because you said that, you know, people might be fat because they're going through something, mental health, depression, etc. Controversial take. Actually, your favorite person, Andrew Tate, actually talks about this, and I agree with him 100%. And I'll take it a step further. Depression, long-term depression, isn't real. And what I mean by that is being depressed is a valid feeling, but long-term depression is typically a valid response to long-term failure. And what I mean by that is being depressed long-term typically means, okay, I'm not accomplishing something, or something is missing in my life, but it's in my control to fix it a lot of the times. So like when guys are depressed, if some guy comes up to me and tells me I'm depressed, I just look at the individual. Do you go to the gym? Most likely not. Are you working on something, like keeping yourself preoccupied, right? Because idle hands do the devil's work.
Do you have goals?
Do you have goals? Most of the time, it's no. If I ask a female, are you depressed? It's because maybe she's obese. Maybe she's been traumatized by being promiscuous. She's made bad decisions that potentially led to her being in that state. But a lot of the times, it's self-inflicted and it comes from long-term failure. But again, we live in a very pussified society where, like you said before, pills and no skills, ADHD, ADD, all these like attention deficit disorder things, prescribing people Adderall, etc. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Whatever happened to just telling people that they're fucking stupid? What about telling people, how about you need to just focus harder because it might be a little bit harder for you to focus? Stop being stupid. I guarantee if I went to a psychiatrist right now and said, I have ADD, they'll give me Adderall. Yeah. If I said, yo, I have ADHD, they'll give me Adderall. They wouldn't even care because it's so easy to get the shit nowadays because Big Pharma makes money on prescribing new meds. So they're 1,000% incentivized to give you medication for this ailment that you have, which a lot of times just stems from you being a fucking loser and not being adequate. So the mainstream media will never talk about this, but I genuinely think a lot of these diseases, I don't want to say they're made up, but we give people an out and tell them, no, there's something wrong with you mentally. What about you're just fucking stupid and need to work harder than the next person?
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you say like, if you ask a woman like why she's feeling like supposedly like depressed long term, and you said maybe like she had a promiscuous past or something like that. Well, what do you tell that woman to do to better her life? Like you can tell a man like get off his ass and like, go do something.
For women, it sucks more because a woman's past will always come back to haunt her a lot of the time. So with women, this is why I say self-preservation is so important. Women, I look at them as like glass, right? If it's shattered, it's very difficult to pick up the pieces and put it back together. And even if you do put it back together, whenever you pour water in it, it's always going to leak to a degree. So that's why it's so important for women to preserve their value. But with women, yeah, it's not as repairable a lot of the times. With a man, it's like you're a loser. You can fix it and figure it out. You have time to figure it out. But with women, it's like you get the value up front. So if you spend your, millions that you got given to you, you're kind of fucked.
And I think one of the major reasons why women are depressed nowadays in 2023 is because of social media.
Yeah,
because girls want to compare themselves to other girls, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, you know what? I'm doing well. All of a sudden they see a girl with a husband or wife, and like, damn, where am I? What's going on? Because I've met girls who don't have social media, and they're happy as fuck. Like they're humming, doing certain things. They're like not even. They're just happy individuals. They have nothing to compare it to. But as soon as a girl like she wakes up out of bed, she starts scrolling her Instagram first thing in the morning, and it fucks up a whole day. She's like, oh fuck, now I have to sit here and oh my, and then you see a girl like these hot girls, like just watch how they fucking move in the mornings, like they're like zombies.
Yo, Chris, you made a good point, bro. Social media, you know
Yeah,
what's bad
facts.
too? Dating apps.
Yeah.
What's with these chicks? Bro, not posting their whole bodies. It's a close-up only. I'm like, nigga, you catfished me. You fat as
Catfish of angles and shit. Really
I
fucked
was-
with my mental so much.
I think that's a really good point that you brought up social media. Social media, and then also I think a big one is that we lie to women, dude. Like you guys were alluding to it with the body positivity thing. That's one component that we lie to women. Another component that we lie to them is telling them that chasing a career, making a lot of money, being successful, and taking the masculine path is going to lead to long-term fulfillment and happiness. And for a man, he's going to get fulfillment and happiness from achieving success because that's going to increase his sexual options, right? Men are determined, our values determined by what we create. But with women, their values determined by creating children. Unfortunately, having a career and an education a lot of times is counterproductive to having children. It'll hurt your ability to do so. And not only that, it'll hurt your ability to do so with the best compatible mate for you because women have a finite amount of time to find the best guy. So we have the body positivity situation. We tell women to chase a career. Tell women to chase money. We tell women to go after these things. And then you have Instagram, where they're comparing their life to the Instagram model that isn't even happy because she can't land a guy because she's on OnlyFans showing her butthole for $3.99. Like they're comparing their life to them. They're comparing their everyday to a woman's highlight reel, right? That they might not necessarily even want that lifestyle because they don't see the negatives that comes from sexualizing yourself on the internet. So you compound all these things together, right? Then you got the music industry telling women they're strong and independent. You're single. Go ahead and sexualize yourself, etc. All these things working in tandem to fuck up their mind. They chase these things. 35 comes. what the hell am I doing? I'm single. I don't have any guy taking me seriously.
No kids.
I have a body count of 91. What's going on here?
cap.
No guy wants to take me seriously. Yeah, it's really 182, right? And it's like, what the hell's going on here? And then they're like, yo, I'm depressed because I thought this was going to bring me happiness. It hasn't. I was lied to, and being deceived will cause quite a bit of anger. And for women, it sucks because you can't get that time back.
Well, and that's what I'm curious about. Like, what do you say? Like, what do you say to that woman, like, who might be 35 and like regretting her life
It's
because
too
you're
late.
damn.
Well, hold on.
Kill yourself. It's rough.
Let me-
It's
let me-
true.
He's okay.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying to avoid, no, like genuinely, like
Yeah.
to avoid like that long-term depression. Like, what do you say to that woman who feels like she's like ruined her life?
It's too late. I'll add a second part to that. It's too late to get your dream man.
And Chewy.
You gotta
That's
settle.
what I would say.
You
Like
gotta settle.
that sucks because we tell women that they're sugar and spice and everything nice, they deserve the best, etc. We tell women that are 300 pounds that they don't need to change. So it's very difficult for women to accept that their actions have negative consequences because we tell women that they can do no wrong a lot of the times, right? So, yeah, it's over, or it's too late for your dream man. You're gonna have to settle with an average guy that isn't the best looking, that isn't charming, that's socially awkward, that might not necessarily be able to send us together charming like fucking Christian Grey. He's not going to seduce you. He's not going to give you the best dick. You might be embarrassed to bring him around to family functions, but this is what you did. Because what women do a lot of times is they're really bad gamblers. They get $1 million, they go to the casino, they stay there all night, gamble away, I'll find a better deal here. No, I'm going to keep going. Oh, keep going. Next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, casino closed in an hour, and they're down to $1,000. What are you going to do with that $1,000? Some girls would rather just sit in the casino and let it close than leave with the money that they have, right? AKA stay single. But I say, leave when you're up.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys believe that there are any women that didn't need a cosign from a high value man that you guys consider to be a high value woman?
Yeah, there's one.
Who?
No one.
Oh my god.
Wait, you said a woman?
Not even your mother?
I'll give you an example of a high value woman that like I think more girls should aspire to be. Derek Jeter's wife.
Oh, yeah.
Derek Jeter's wife is a fantastic example. If you look at her Instagram, all her pictures are with him.
Yep.
Nothing sexualized. I think it's like 2 or 3 pictures.
Yeah.
Like,
low key.
Yeah.
Out the media. No attention seeking.
Family.
From him.
Yeah.
So,
What about Messi's wife?
Who?
Messi, the soccer player.
Oh, Messi.
Yeah.
I consider him a high value man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course he is.
Like I don't know, he's awesome. Like,
Yeah, of course he is.
what about his wife though? I never heard like, oh,
She's a high value woman.
yeah,
for
he
Flanagan.
cheated on him. Like,
But she asked
she got him
somebody
now.
who didn't
That's
get
mine.
cosign.
I mean, look at the person that's behind the family, and then look at what's being put out there. I've never heard anything bad about his wife or
Me
anything
either.
that would demise or his career. So I mean, look at Will Smith.
yeah,
Look what his wife did to him.
Right.
Legends
that's true.
destroyed because of one allegation, which was true, and then come to find out it was August Alsina taking down his wife. Hey man, August, you did that shit, bro.
Ironic.
But are you asking about like single women?
Yeah,
like, you're
because
saying
I would
somebody
say
without a wife,
maybe
a
like
husband.
Zendaya. Like no one's ever heard anything bad about Zendaya.
Are you crazy?
What?
Zendaya in a scene
Bro,
with
Zendaya was the pinnacle of getting to that point of being
Was.
high value. However, she fucked it up.
How?
You didn't see that trailer for that movie, the tennis movie?
Bro, she had
No,
some
what
threesome.
happened?
She's in the bedroom
A train.
with 2 white dudes,
Yeah.
a reverse Oreo,
Oh.
kissing the dudes and about to smash.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
she got a man at home.
Zendaya.
I'm just saying.
She belongs to the streets.
Zendaya.
A celebrity
crazy.
girl that's to act and playing movie roles and has to be a
Let
part
me
of the
tell you this,
industry
though.
is an L.
This is Tom Holland's fault. And I'll tell you why. That's his fault because his leadership should have told her, you're not doing that role.
Facts.
Because even if it's acting, you represent me now.
So he
You're not
should
doing it.
provide the bag that she doesn't get from that movie role, though.
She
If
already had
she's
a bag.
getting like $2 million off that role, he should provide $2 million. Then
That's what I'm saying
here's the
because
thing,
y'all were talking.
she already has money.
that's fine, but you're stopping my bag now because of your feelings.
Well,
if I'm acting with 2 guys that isn't even a real sex scene,
Okay.
I'm just kissing them for like a acting role, and I don't actually
Understandable.
love them. Like how you said you can like fuck women and not feel anything. As an actress, we can separate our emotions and feelings.
Absolutely.
So it's like, why should she be a low value woman because she's just doing her job?
If we're gonna use that logic, then what's the difference between a porn star and an actress then?
A porn
Wait, by your
star
logic, a
is
porn star
booked
should also
for
be able
actual
to-
sex.
They actually fuck. I think like actors, they just do not fuck.
but it's a job.
It's
though.
just a scene.
It's only a job.
Yeah.
But, well, here's
It's
the
only a scene.
no, yeah, because by your logic, you're saying, hey, they're just acting. Well, a lot of female porn stars are just actresses as well. They're just acting a scene. What's the difference between kissing someone in a film versus having sex with someone in an erotic film?
Zendaya's not getting multiple dicks inside of her though.
Yes, she is. I mean, well,
She isn't. But
How do
hold
you
on.
know? How do you know?
What is the image being sent to people
Yeah.
since Zendaya on the TV screen?
But that's the beauty of movies, to
No.
make you feel like it's
You
real.
have a man at home that cares about you. That movie director, he can fuck about you. He'll pay you and say, okay, awesome job. By the end of the day, your family at home waiting for you. Why would you disrespect your family over some money?
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Tell me that.
Well, not only that, I think women need to understand that a lot of the times the bag is going to come at the cost of dignity. And you have to ask yourself, what's more valuable to you, dignity or a bag? I would argue for women, your value is 100% determined when it comes to mating on your dignity. This is why so many women that make money that have a bag that you're talking about, we know girls, you know what?
Yeah.
Be honest here, Fresh. Let's keep it 1,000. You know a lot of women that make 100,000, 200,000, $500,000 to $1 million a month on OnlyFans.
Allegedly.
Please tell me how they're doing when it comes to their day-to-day and how they're coping.
Yeah, so I dabble in the arts of gifts. I'll just say that. No, but I think for them it's more like they obviously have a goal of making money, being successful, and at what cost? The morals. Now, at that cost though comes relationships, and as a result, they might find guys that they actually like because of their past and their current status of a job. They can't find true love because they want love. Oh, obviously they want love as well, but their profession, their whole acting, their whole scenes that they do results in guys saying, you know what, damn, she's hot, but wifey taking her to home to mom, I just can't do it. Now they'll play the part for a little bit and they say, nah, you gotta stop. Or they say, you know what, I'm out, I have fun, but I gotta dip.
And what makes this worse for Zendaya is that she already has money. She's already she's in a privileged position where she's able to decline roles.
But she's not married to
have to
Tom
take it.
Holland though. That's the difference.
Okay, well, hold on. Okay,
Here we go.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Good argument. Let me ask you this. If you work at a job and you want to get promoted and elevated at that job, wouldn't it be fair to say that you need to display the traits for the elevated position prior to being elevated?
Yes, but what if Tom?
Hold on, stop right there.
Okay.
If he wants to elevate her to wife, wouldn't it be fair to say that she needs to display wife characteristics to be elevated?
What if he doesn't believe that the things that she
Please
does
yes or
is
no
not...
to that question. Then you can
Okay.
give me your
Yes.
point.
Yes.
That's my point.
Mhm.
If she wants to be elevated, remember, men are the ones that give out relationships. That is a job application to a degree. And I would argue someone like Tom Holland would be the equivalent to a very,
I mean, Spider-Man.
I feel like he's
Spider-Man.
He's
Spider-Man.
He's a prestigious law firm. Let's use an example. He's a prestigious law firm. And there's a bunch of people that are applying to this law firm. She needs to go ahead and show exemplary performance to get elevated to wife because he could replace her easier than she could replace him.
But for some people, like he may have gave her the green light to do that. She probably asked him first,
Well,
just
not-
like
And that's
how
why I blamed
Adam
him.
22
That's why I
and
blamed
his
him.
wife. You feel me?
Notice how I blamed him though for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what
But
about
she also should have not taken it, but she should have not taken it, and he should have stopped her from taking it.
But the thing also is like y'all are forgetting Zendaya is a Disney Channel star. You have little kids watching this chick. So like let's say you have like these 9-10-year-olds, like fuck that shit. I watched Zendaya growing up and I didn't even know about this until just now. So hearing this is like, bro, I used to like look up to her. Let's be for real. This is a little light-skinned, curly-headed chick. Like, damn, she look kind of like me. I like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fucking with that already.
Don't do that.
My bad. I ain't as fine as her, respectfully. But like,
Facts.
let's be. But no, like,
You got it.
but no, like, let's be for real. Like, you see all these Disney Channel stars doing all this shit, and you see Bella Thorne, who is literally her co-star.
Yeah.
What is she doing now? Looking like a fucking
OnlyFans.
slut. And now you have Zendaya, who people look up to her. Like, it's not just about the money. Like they said, she
But they
already
grow
has.
up though, you know, like they can't be little
But
forever.
it's not about being little. It's not about maturity. It's not about age. It's literally about how you present yourself
who
to the
taught
public.
you all this? Because you seem like you're aware of everything.
I'm
and you're...
just not.
No,
Anyway,
but who's like? Did you
no
grow up around
one.
your
I
father?
just
In
well, yeah, I grew up in like a very traditional household as it
Okay.
is. So like I was already raised with a
What's your
certain
background?
mindset. What do you mean, like ethnically?
Yeah.
Both of my parents are from the Virgin Islands, but my
Oh,
mom is
shout
Puerto
out to-
Rican and my dad is Trini.
Okay.
So like obviously trifling, but no, for real, like it's like we could use freaking Dora. You see Dora as this little Hispanic chick running around like, where is the banana? You know what I'm saying? And then you see these crazy parody videos of Dora fucking boots. Like that's just crazy.
Wait.
I'm watching that shit.
Yo, chats. Please, chats. Yo, it's show myself. Don't want to see a minor.
Well, I think the real problem here is there's no purity. Like the purity's gone. You have these OnlyFans models making all this money off of their bodies, and I really look at it to the family. Like all these women, like you're right, they're gonna be 35 years old one day and miserable and sad. And some of the people who end up actually having families that do OnlyFans are gonna harm their future children. And that's what I
It's already
see.
starting.
It's already starting.
There's already kids like, offing themselves because kids are teasing them on the playground like, hey, dude, look, your mom's sucking dick on OnlyFans.
Of course they are. That makes perfect sense. No kid should have to go through that. And so all these women putting their families through these horrible situations is very harmful for children. Like you just said, they're oofing themselves. It's terrible. It's very sad.
Yeah. And again, like I said before, it's a multitude of situations, right? Like I said before, it's the lie with pursuing money. It's the lie with pursuing status. It's the lie with pursuing a career and pursuing masculine endeavors in general, not prioritizing family, the body positivity movement. They're all working in tandem to brainwash women into not pursuing the things that are going to fulfill them long term until later. Oh, it's okay. You can have a family later on. The problem with that is that the guy that you want isn't going to want you when you're in your 30s.
And therapy plays a really big role. You're talking about mental health earlier, and therapy plays a massive role in what we tell women today in society. Like when I went to therapy, they told me it was okay, and that they tried to give me a pill for my depression, a pill for my anxiety, a pill for my obesity, instead of being like, oh, just fix your own health. All of the therapists lied to me, and most people that go to therapy are actually women when you look at the statistics.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's...
And a lot of them are obese, and a lot of them never get their problem fixed because the therapy system wasn't built for the client to succeed. It's built for the therapist to succeed because that's how they make their money. So when you think about it, don't go to therapy. Just don't go to therapy because the therapist is making money off of you. I was in therapy for 10 years. They made
10 years?
10 years.
Wow.
And my problems weren't fixed until I left.
Wait, you're 18 though.
I'm 18.
Damn.
But no. That goes to show
And I
that
never
big
took one
pharma
pill.
gets involved in therapy, all this mental health crap. I'm not saying that mental health isn't to be taken seriously, but what I will say is that big pharma has a large incentive to make a lot of money on you early on and turn you into a lifelong customer. What are they selling? Hope through therapy a lot of the time.
People need to get educated. They need to take responsibility. It's been so important, and it's so important today.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They brainwash
Guys,
you.
we are aware of the lag.
Okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll refresh StreamYard.
Yeah.
Give us 1 second, guys. We're gonna refresh the stream real fast. Stand by real fast.
Stand
Give
by,
us 1
guys.
second.
All right, let's see.
We're back.
Can we see Elmo and El Chris? Because I'm on the panel right now. So.
Are they still saying El Chris? I don't know. Is that the battle?
Can we say Elmo for now?
Okay. Let's see. Is it good now?
Did it come back or
we'll see?
Nah, I'm still seeing it, but
it's flagging.
That's right there.
No, but that might not necessarily refresh.
Right.
Okay, let's see.
Let's read chats for now, and then we can just go from there.
We're hitting the fucking numbers. All right, we can hit chat.
Yeah.
Let me go back and check the connection real fast. Chris or Mo or Walt, one of y'all, you guys got this. This is actually
You know
a
what?
dream.
Chris,
Bro,
go right ahead, bro. All right, let's go.
I can't even see, man.
Black Panther.
Let's see. Why is it that when women break their vows, turn down or disobey their husbands, men is blamed for neglecting her emotions, but when men breaks his vow to find intimacy elsewhere, he's also blamed for being unfaithful?
It's a very good question. I like that one. Okay, next one.
I mean, answer the question.
No, this is your show, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, women. So, ladies, the question is there. So, why is it when a woman breaks their vows, turn down or disobey their husbands, men is blamed for, blamed for it more or less, But when a man breaks his vows to find sex elsewhere, he is also blamed for being unfaithful.
So we're blamed no matter what happens.
So let's go with her.
What do you think about this?
You.
Well, I think that's a weird double standard, of course. I think a woman is also being unfaithful, breaking their vows. But I think it's also very weird to just differentiate women and men, the role of them like that distinctively, because I think coming back to the high value women, the high value men, if I don't see any high value of the person, then I do not consider them to be a high value woman or a high value man.
I agree. I don't think one is better than another. They're both bad, so they should both treat it badly, you know? It doesn't matter which one you do, you're still in wrong. So I think they both should be blamed in that situation.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we're good with the lag here as well.
So anyone else wants to do input?
now? Okay. Yeah, guys, I don't know what it is, man. Our internet's fine. It's
weird.
StreamYard, bro.
Yeah,
it's 100%
must
StreamYard because
StreamYard.
our internet is we're getting like 700 up, and then what for down like 50 or 60.
Yeah.
So
okay, count 2 times.
Yeah.
This is a Bible verse here. Mark 10:12. KJV says, "And if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committeth adultery." That is true.
All right.
Ice 513. Can you ask the girls if their son came to them and told them that their girl said, "If you get a paternity test, I'm leaving you"? What would be their advice to their son? That's a good one.
Wait, like if she got
So
pregnant.
he's saying if your son's girl came to him and said, "Hey, you know what? I don't think your test. I'm gonna leave you if you ask me to do a test." What would you say to your son?
Fuck girl, you finna be single. What the hell?
Let's start here.
Wait, I'm sorry. You can ask the girl this time.
So your son is gonna tell his girl. No, actually, well, hold on. If your son was in this issue where like he told her you need a paternity test, but he said I'm gonna leave you, what would you do?
Nigga.
Nigga.
Yeah, like be for real. Like you just put yourself in the fucking hole. Like, oh, I'm gonna leave you because a secure man don't give a shit. Like realistically, if you know you got nothing to hide, like what is you scared for? Like you only doing the most if you have something to hide in the first place. You're just taking that extra step and be like, oh, you don't trust me. That's where the manipulation and toxicity comes in. You don't trust me. Like you think that like I was like bullshit basically.
Okay.
Yeah, he gotta leave because that's not his son. Like, why she's scared of like him taking the paternity test? Like that, she
That's
a hoe.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you say something like that, like aren't you kind of like proving that you already did something wrong? Like you wouldn't say it otherwise, you know?
So you wouldn't have a problem with it yourself.
Me, I wouldn't ask that. I mean,
But let's say your boyfriend asked you to do it.
Yeah.
Would you have a problem with it?
What if?
No.
No?
You
No.
sure?
So you sound kind of worried.
No, he's not nervous.
Okay. What about you?
I wouldn't have an issue taking a
She'd be like,
paternity test.
Forget about it.
You would?
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I would take it and then I'd be like, told you it's your
No,
kid.
huh?
What would you tell your son? Though?
Your
Would you tell him
son
to stay?
his girls telling him,
Yeah.
if you ask me that, I'm gonna leave.
Oh well, bye. Have fun raising the kid by yourself.
All right,
That's
so
okay.
leave. Okay.
No.
For you?
Turn into Goku.
I would take the paternity test.
No, but what would you tell your son in this scenario that his girl gave him the ultimatum? Like, if you take if I take the paternity test, I'm leaving you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Leave.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
What about you? Leave.
Leave.
Yeah. Okay. Are the rest of you guys say agree? Leave.
Yeah.
Or-
Not really. I don't
Okay.
think so.
You don't think you should leave? Okay.
I
why?
think a relationship is
To the mic.
more.
To the mic.
I think a relationship is about emotions and a bond and a connection. And if the girl really feels like the guy is for him, in this case my son, and their relationship is above and beyond of who had sex with who and who is the real father of the kid, biological father, then I believe that it should be like that.
So you think
If
that
my-
he should be willing to take care of somebody else's kid, possibly?
Yes, I do
Oh,
think
wow.
that.
No.
That
Because
What age range are we speaking here?
like a grown man taking care of another grown man's
No.
kid, possibly.
Like, are we
just
talking
because he
about
loves
like?
this woman.
Are we talking about like in our like
And she was
early
inf-
adulthood, like early 20s, or are you talking about like later in life when you're settled?
I don't care really about the age range. I think that it doesn't really.
So you would stay
play
with your man if
into-
he cheated?
Yes, I would.
Why?
Okay.
Because our connection is an emotional bond and it's not really about
with who he
So,
sleeps with.
are you okay with your man being emotionally connected to you and he's telling you all this great shit like, I love you, I'll never leave you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but he's telling another bitch the same script? Because then,
if it's a script, if I feel like it's personal to me,
how?
if I
What
feel
makes
like
it personal to you? Like he says he likes your eyes or something.
maybe if he
So-
likes the way I think, if he likes the way just my
genuine.
mind works, then I
But you
feel
wanna
like
know
it's
what's crazy
beautiful and
though?
personal.
You know what's crazy? Pimps say the same shit to bro. Everyone knows how to get into a woman's head. Like
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying? That's
not
how
everyone, but
Not
I see what you,
everyone.
I see what you
well,
mean
you know what I
there.
mean? Like,
yeah.
guys so commonly know what girls want. They want that emotional security. They want to know, like, oh, you're always gonna be here for me, and you're gonna be here when I have a shoulder to cry on. Like, anybody can do that shit.
Who hurt you?
Holy shit!
Another thing is we
Yo,
recognize.
Well, I mean, hold on. We just glossed over something really important. So, okay, just so I make sure I understand this correct. You're okay with your potential daughter-in-law cheating on your son?
Yes, I am. If I really do believe that their
least it's
connection and their
consistent.
relationship
Okay.
is more
Oh.
than that.
Okay.
If they've been together for years, for example.
What if, okay, so in this instance, right? So
That's not
clearly, if the son is saying, I want you to take a paternity test, it clearly matters to him that he is the father of the child, which is why he's willing to risk the relationship to
That's
ask it.
true.
Would you still have that same mindset? Like, hey, you should still raise that kid even though it's not yours?
Yes, I would still say that to my son because I would
Well,
think that
okay.
he would also need a
makes you,
second
hold on,
look on
let's not
that.
attack her. What makes you think that that's like the solution to the situation is to accept infidelity, accept raising a child, which is a big responsibility, by the way, that you're on the hook for financially, emotionally, etc. What makes you think that, like, where does that mindset come from?
If my son, for example, has always dreamt of raising a kid with the perfect partner.
She ain't perfect.
That's subjective. That's subjective. Maybe in every other relationship.
Let's let her fully speak and get her thought out. Please go ahead.
Come on.
Go.
And maybe the girl is really more to him, and maybe I see that the relationship is more than that, and he should take into consideration that maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's worth it to raise another man's child.
I think what she means is, sorry if I cut you off. I think what she means is she doesn't believe in like physical cheating, but she believes in emotional cheating. So if you're emotionally only connected to one person, but you're physically with others, I think that's what she's okay with.
Well,
So-
no, she just kind of covered that. She
Well,
said it's,
hold on.
yeah, still.
Does it matter to you if it's physical or emotional or no?
I mean, yes, it does. And relationships can be both monogamous and not. And I would
but
also,
do you care that it's emotional? Like,
in the case, I believe that the question just, assumed that the relationship between them was monogamous.
yeah.
And in that case, also, I do feel like my son should really consider taking a paternity test
So
and staying with the woman. And I would give him
regardless
that
of
advice.
if the child's his or not.
Yes.
So let me ask you this: you said that emotional cheating is worse, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's go a step further. Wouldn't it be fair to say that for a woman to cheat on her man, she needs to be emotionally invested in the other individual to a significant degree?
Yes.
Okay, so wouldn't that be one of the highest forms of treachery and betrayal? When we know that for men it's just strictly physical, but for women they need a physical component and an emotional component, which kind of contradicts what you said.
How does it contradict what I said?
Because you're saying that in one end you're saying, yeah, emotional cheating is not acceptable. But what I'm arguing is that when women cheat, it must be emotional to a significant degree because women are emotional lovers more generally than men are. So for a woman, let me make it simple. The threshold for a woman to cheat, right, requires emotional investment. Versus for men, we don't need emotional investment. Oh, is she hot? I'll do it. For women, they need cognitive stimulation. They need emotional stimulation. They need to feel a certain way. So that's why cheating for women has been generally unacceptable for, since the beginning of time. Because for women, it's harder for them to cheat than it is for men in general.
Maybe I just don't really agree with that. I see sex as separate to what emotions are to both genders. And I don't think it just applies to men.
But for women in general, emotions always tie into sex.
Not always. I'm a woman.
Okay, hold on.
Right.
Okay. So do you just fuck anybody then?
I'm a female, and I don't feel like I need to have an emotional connection with a person.
But
when
do
I'm
you
intimate
just fuck
with them.
anybody though? Is my question.
I don't need an emotional connection for that.
That means you're popping pussy.
Oh,
Why you have to
Jesus.
put it like that?
No,
Sorry,
wait,
don't try to
Okay.
devalue her as a woman though. Like if she wants to do that,
It's not
that's
devaluing. It's like you can pop your pussy for your husband. Like that's just this is slang term.
Well, let me
That's
ask.
all it
Let me
is.
ask this then. Okay, so you're okay with just having casual sex then? Okay. What about the rest of the women on the panel? Do you need some type of emotional investment before you have sex with a guy in general?
Yes. Definitely.
Can we get a
Yeah.
raise of hands just to show? Okay, so that's a majority of women. So you might be an outlier. You might not need it. But what I'm saying in general is that the reason why cheating for women is generally unacceptable is because it takes more of a threshold for a woman to have sex
That's facts.
in general.
You should be
Yeah.
married if you do that.
I
In
just
my
wanna-
opinion.
Take it a step further. You know?
Wait, for sex?
Yeah.
I respect that. I'm so horny that I couldn't wait for like till marriage,
Yeah,
bro.
but there's different thresholds for different women. But I think the bottom line here is that women need an emotional connection in general to have sex. So since they need an emotional connection, for a woman to cheat on a man is a higher form of treachery than for a man to cheat on a woman. Because for men, it's physical. For women in general, it's emotional and physical.
Well, we can tell from her prior answers about the question about her dating status. I mean, she's okay with not even seeing homeboy and being in love.
Wait, but Fresh.
Yeah, I mean, hold on. That's actually
It's
a good point.
emotional.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, Fresh. You're in a relationship right now where there's no physical contact, but you're emotionally invested.
Ooh.
So
Like I've never been before.
But does that not prove my point that women need emotional stimulation to be aroused by an individual to some degree?
On
I
some
mean,
level.
even though
Gotcha,
you're
bitch.
saying on one end, right? Okay, I can just do it physical. Right now, you're in a non-physical situation and still highly interested in this male.
Yeah.
I am highly
That
interested in
speaks
this male.
volumes.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's just the case that you described for a guy. Like I can love a guy, just emotional. It's just purely emotional.
But
I would marry
that's
him.
a female trait, is what I'm trying to say. Men don't love the way that you do. That's
No,
that's a
that's your
feminine
main chick.
characteristic.
That's your main chick that you love, you know, and your side chicks that you just kind of don't
But
care about.
they would never be a main chick if I was just talking to them emotionally, over having conversation. Like the guy, I'll give you. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. The guy Tenacious is probably fucking other girls.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
let me
is.
just keep it a million with you.
Yeah.
He's probably having sex with other girls because men don't get the same fulfillment from emotional stimulation that women do. For you, you can go ahead and be sexless and be like, you know what, maybe I'll just finger myself to you or something like that, because the cognitive stimulation is enough for you. For women, for him, he's gonna still need some type of, he needs to bust his nut physically somehow. So since you're not there to fulfill that, he's probably getting it done either through porn or through other women.
I'm actually comfortable with that,
And that's fine, but you're missing
and
my
I know
point.
he would also be.
But you're missing my point.
No, he's-
that,
Of course he would.
Yeah.
you're missing my point that you are
Yeah.
able to be fully fulfilled through just emotional stimulation while he needs physical stimulation.
Facts.
No, I don't see that actually. I see it as equal, both
No,
me and my partner.
You don't
and
see
with
that,
every
but
person.
he's back home decking off someplace, you
Or
know,
having sex with another girl.
Yeah, or that too.
Sure.
Yeah, so
Why you guys got to put all that negativity on her man?
wait,
Like
and-
maybe
and-
he's really
yeah, wait,
loyal
wait.
and he's holding
then
it
earlier
down.
you said you didn't fuck a guy for a month, right? And
Yeah.
you're horny as fuck all the time. So which one was it? Like,
No, that was like a while back when I was a virgin.
okay, well,
Yeah, I was
everyone
just
is
waiting for
different.
the one.
Beyond that, going back to the question, I feel like
Merch.
I
okay.
think that because your son did not sign up to make that commitment, hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, because he's asking for the paternity
Yeah,
test.
I mean, it's a commitment. It is a big thing to have a kid. Yeah, maybe he wants a kid, but did he want a kid then? Were they trying for a kid? You don't know. You know what I mean? Like in that situation, if he's asking for a paternity test, you would hope that it would be because maybe he had some sort of strange feeling or things have been off. So regardless, he did not commit possibly to having that kid. And I feel like nobody should be put in that position.
And kind of like literally branching off of the conversation that we were having earlier of a high value man, a woman's common agreement of like a high value man is someone who like holds himself a certain way, acts a certain way. Like obviously there's like, you know, these standards for a high value man. So like my question to you is, what do you kind of consider your man to be high value? Because from me, this is not shaming you, keep in mind, this is kind of what I'm seeing is like, I feel like for
Merch.
you within your relationships, you don't value respect to be one of your standards. Because me personally, if a man thinks it's okay if we made an agreement, like, yeah, this is what we are, we're together, we're exclusive, this, that, and the third, if he thinks that it's cute to go and fuck other bitches because he wants to satisfy himself, that's disrespecting me. That's disrespecting my wishes. That's disrespecting me as a woman because I'm holding myself to a certain stance of I am not going to cheat. I'm not going to do this, that, and a third with other people. So I expect it from you. And I guess that's kind of like what you were saying, like, oh, if he goes in like have sex with other girls, that's fine if I, because I can go having sex with other guys. So is that kind of your way of saying like your relationship is basically like an open relationship?
No, you just have different moral standards for your partners, probably. If my partner would be talking to other people like he talks to me, he'd be on the
Is your guy
phone
Muslim?
call. No.
Is he Arab?
Yes.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Do you think, and let's be honest here, do you think if you guys were in a relationship and you got pregnant by another man that he would stick around?
Yeah.
I'll answer it for you. The answer is no. I'm from that part of the world. The answer is a profound
Haram!
He would absolutely leave you in an instant.
But you
because
also
everyone
have
in his
multiple
family would make
girls.
fun of him. Everyone ridicule him. There'd be ashamed on the family. He would absolutely leave you.
I believe that the relationship is really personal and intimate, and it's between two people and another. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. You're from Holland. Holland's a very liberal country, very leftist, egalitarian, very equal. The part of the world that he's from isn't like that. So even if he might have some of these beliefs or whatever, the way he's raised, his cultural background, I mean, I'm from that part of the world. He's absolutely going to leave you because it's going to bring big
Maybe
shame to
his
him and
mom
his
wouldn't
last
let him
name.
do that.
So, what was that?
I said maybe his mom wouldn't let him do that.
No, his mom wouldn't even let him do it.
Yeah, like
she
the
would say,
question
"What the
says.
hell are you doing, Hamada? Like, what are you doing?" Which
But I
is
feel like-
it's in Arabic. But my thing, all I'm trying to say is that, and I've talked about this before, maybe controversial take. If a girl cheats on you, it's over. The relationship no longer exists because men don't ask for much from women.
Yeah.
Sexual exclusivity is the number one thing that men require in a relationship from most women. And then on top of that, to raise another man's child is unacceptable because not only are you on the hook financially and emotionally, the woman can leave you and take the kid and you have no rights to the kid.
Also,
I mean, a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. Do you guys know why men hate hoes?
Why, Myron?
Why do men hate hoes?
Why?
Because it's for this very situation. Not her. It's because
I mean,
a man's biggest fear. Well, you know what? Let me equate it
don't.
so that the women really understand. What is your deepest, darkest fear? You.
I can't say it.
Okay.
Let's
You know
go-
what? Let me
let's
go
go
ahead.
Rumble.
Look at Rumble.
I think I'll go anywhere.
All right. Go switch over to Rumble real quick, guys. We're
Guys.
going to go over to Rumble. I'll read the rest of the chats there.
Let's go to Rumble.
Because I'm going to give a functional equivalent
You can
here.
say now, though.
Yeah. Hold on. Go ahead. Come on.